comrades, today is December 8, 2025, and the current time is 8:18 p.m. The winterization program was a success. Accidents were down over 15% year over year. We'd like to thank our hard-working comrades who ensured a successful program to protect the Institute from this year's expected harsh winters. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
I'm alive. The game, however, is struggling a little bit. Before we begin, I'd like to point out that this, I don't know what happened, but I think double booting up Rimworld may have caused a significant number of issues. Namely, the UI is completely busted and broken in every way possible. So for example, I just pressed Architect and you can see all these different buttons show up, all these different window elements. If I press Work, Numbers, like a lot of these things just aren't working correctly, and I have no idea why. And it is a little silly. You can see it's starting to get a little excessive. I didn't do anything different. Like, I literally just loaded up the same exact list that I loaded last week. I don't know what's causing the issue, so I need to reboot the game. I'm pretty sure this is an issue because I had booted up Rimworld twice by accident, and I think that's what's causing the problems. So I'm gonna just close the game real fast. Thankfully, Rimworld nowadays only takes like about 3 to 5 minutes to boot up, compared to the past where it would take, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes. Remember those days? I'm glad we're not doing that anymore. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hello, Immortal, Zoingo, and Drunken Wayfarer, and Garm, and Goldenrod, and congrats to Zoingo for being that 10 watch streak. Congrats to Immortal for being first today, and what else we got? Also Funbound and Ray, I know, was here, and Krusty, and I know a lot of people are playing Minecraft right now. I know a lot of people have been really into playing that run because it's it's been interesting. Some people have progressed really aggressively, and some people are just kind of taking their time. Listen, I almost considered making everyone do an expert pack. This could have been way worse, okay? Can you imagine a timeline where it's like, alright, today we're all playing Terraformer Greg? I think that would be the dark timeline. That would actually be the absolute nightmare timeline where everyone would go crazy, and I think most people would have quit. But I think ATM at least gives everyone the choice to kind of do whatever they want. Also, Immortal, yes, I did see vanilla expanded grav ships. It was pretty interesting. I probably will use it for Nekograd in space, is the plan. So that's probably not until February, though. Because Nekograd is usually a February colony that we do annually. Unless we just want to keep doing Nekograd forever and ever and ever, and just have a perpetual rotating cast of characters that are just moving forward in the Nekograd timeline. That would be an interesting run, but I think that's not necessary for this time around. Anyways, how have all of you been? I know the game's still booting up in the background and you're just listening to me talk in an empty void. But thankfully it's very quick. Right, I'm gonna hope this works. Please load correctly. An Arctic would be the dream. I really consider TFG, but I think most people would not want to play TFG, and that's the reason why we didn't do it. Anyways, okay, look, it loaded correctly. This is fine. Generational Nekograd would be pretty interesting, but pawns don't live that long, I think, is the main issue. Or it would be a very, very long run. Like, we're talking, the run would take, like, can you imagine an entire colony that's like a whole year? I think most people would probably get sick of the run and would want to see something else different. New Nekograd run with this new permanent legacy character. I mean, that could be also pretty interesting, too. I kind of need to, like, watch the old VODs and see, like, who's the characters from the last run, and see which one of them maybe I'll want to bring along into space. Would be the vibe. Anyways, welcome back to our little fortress type thing. It's not very good. It's kind of a generic medieval village. It's not super crazy. And it is, unfortunately, we're dealing with a cold snap in September, so it's negative 30 degrees centigrade right now. So it's a little freezing, and we might be unable to survive the winter because we're not getting any crops grown. But thankfully, we have a lot of smoked veggies. Not a lot of meat, although we'll probably have to start hunting down some animals for meat. But I think because of the harsh winter, there is actually no animals on the map aside from... Okay, actually, there's a bunch, but there we go. I don't know why, but this wasn't set up correctly. Okay, so I think this is probably fine. I don't know why my settings got reset. That's strange. Anyways. Someone gifted you Anomaly for your birthday. Hey, Anomaly can be fun. I personally don't find a lot of the Anomaly content too exciting, so it's not really my favorite thing to play, but, you know, if you enjoy it, more power to you, right? That's the way it should be. Like I said, I don't like it, but I understand a lot of people really do enjoy the wacky shenanigans involved with that mod. Also, we need to have someone whose priority is to just refill all these things now, so, let's see. Unfortunately, everyone here, I kind of need them to do what they're already doing, except for Ronnie. So Ronnie has got pretty good research skill, but I also need someone to just do basic household tasks. Now, the other option is if that child that we rescued joins us. That could be an option. We also need to refuel this. Let's get that filled up real quick. You're bragging about 22 degrees and friend across the board, and they were like, I hate you. 22 degrees Celsius is... what is that? That's about a room temperature, right? That's pretty warm. You've experienced, but via graphs came out, somebody would probably need to restart experience anyways. I have looked at VE grav ships, right? So I know it was mentioned a couple times, and I know it's like only phase 1 of the module, is my understanding, right? Because I think they want to do like a phase 2, which probably has more stuff. And when I looked at it, I was like, a lot of it is pretty neat. I'm not going to disagree. It is a lot more content if you enjoy building a grav ship. The reason we're doing a run that's not on the not in space right now is because Ray wanted a run that wasn't in space, so that's why we're doing something a little bit more cavey. So I do think it'll be interesting to try out that mod eventually. Yeah, it looks like a lot like SOS2, but instead of relying on their own systems, they kind of integrate with the systems from the grav ship expansion. So it is kind of nice. I do like that quite a bit. Also, this cold snap needs to end because we are freezing to death and there's no way we're gonna survive. Also, who's alive right now? Okay, so we gotta get more clothes, so let's also just start sewing together a few more parkas before we explode to death. Someday we'll have to do a terraformer. I think if we do a terraformer, Greg, I think it'll be one of two things. One, how receptive are people to playing the Minecraft server? It sounds like a lot of people are having a lot of fun, which I appreciate. I'm glad that at least people are enjoying it for the past week. And we will do another Minecraft stream this Thursday. I've been playing a decent amount over the weekend, and I'm pretty sure we can start building a train network, or at least I can start building a train network, and we can start figuring out where to go from there if people want to have their own train stations, or if they want to do their own thing. But that's kind of what I want to try doing. The other thing to note is that Terra Firma, Greg, is a struggle. It's like Greg Tech New Horizons, but like infinitely worse. Like if you enjoy growing crops in Minecraft, you have to start actually thinking about doing that again, because it is basically like vintage story. Yeah, like a vintage story where you have to deal with like the seasons and winter and stuff like that. So it's rough. Also, we have a new pawn, so we're gonna assign this to someone who's in the queue right now. This poor child is named Martinius Adrianson. Alright, Immortal, congratulations. You have found a child. Would you like to become the child, or would you like to wait until this is you find an adult pawn? I've also seen a lot of my friends, streamer friends, playing Vintage Story recently, and I don't think I'm going to stream it anytime soon since we're playing Minecraft anyways, but it's something neat. He is a child, a jogger, stiff, depressive, quick sleeper, psychically deaf, and he's a hussar. Also dealing with severe hypothermia right now. We gotta get that kid some clothes real quick. Sure? Okay. Got it. Never mind? Okay. Screw hussar? Sure. Alright, I'll re-roll it then to someone else. Alright, none of these other people are here. Son, do you want this pawn? Yeah, you gotta say, do join queue and I'll assign this to you. Wait, I'm glad people are having fun with Minecraft. I think I would like to do an expert pack on stream one day, but I will not stream the entirety of the expert pack. Like, I would just stream the highlights when we're about to do something major. Because one of the issues with those packs is that they take, like, Greg Tech New Horizons is supposed to take you, like, what, 800 hours to complete? Like, if you like playing factory games, imagine playing that. but it's Minecraft. Minecraft is a surprisingly deep factory game with the correct mods. It's actually kind of insane to behold. Also, this kid is having some severe hypothermia. We gotta get you some clothes, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get some cheap clothes ready quickly. We'll need a kid's parka. We need to make that a priority. I'm gonna have Ray quickly slam one out. And ideally, we'll make this with... what do we have available to us? I don't think dinosaur leather is probably enough, because you need 80 fabric, so it has to be out of cloth. Alright, that's fine. Let's have Ray quickly slam one of those out, and we can get that to Sun. The Sun doesn't explode. We're trying to get this warm in here, but it's still not warm enough. Let's also refill this. We'll need better warm clothes for everyone. Like, a lot of these are, like, coming apart anyways. There we go. It's, like, just barely above freezing. Hypothermia is really bad. Trying to deal with that, but... eh. Oh my gosh, 35% work speed. Ooh, we don't have electricity. That's gonna be really bad. Only a single pawn survived the Great Whiteout because of the terrible cold weather. I'm glad at least you had someone survive, but that pawn will carry survivor's guilt for the rest of their lives, knowing that all their friends died and they probably had to eat their friends too to survive. Ooh. I'd love to actually try and proper food patterns instead of having a lot of hundreds of units of permanently available food. It is a pretty interesting run. Maybe one day I will show you an example of what is Terraformer Greg, but if you played Vintage Story, it's a lot like that. I know we're doing Minecraft, but I will say one of the other options that I was considering instead of modded Minecraft was Vintage Story. A lot of my streamer friends are really into Vintage Story right now, and I was like, you know what, it might not be a bad idea to actually stream Vintage Story, but ultimately I decided I kind of prefer Minecraft a little bit more, and so that's why we ended up with Minecraft. And I'm glad people are having fun. Like, even right now, I just checked, and there's like 6... like, when I logged off, there were like 6 people playing on the server, which is kind of crazy to me. Well, that's a whole different thing. Again, the server will be running for a while. It's a bit too complex with mods. For me, it's like, that's what I enjoy. I think Vintage Story is a little too simple, and I actually prefer the really modded factory experience. But with ATM, you just kind of do whatever you want. Also, on an unrelated note, I don't know how many people watch the VTuber Awards. Also, I want to make sure... hello, Kahila. I forgot to have my YouTube chat window open. I know you're there. Hello. Sorry. Sometimes I forget to double check. I don't know if anyone pays attention to like streamer awards and stuff, but boy, gee howdy, there was a lot of drama over the weekend because I was kind of like, I didn't realize. So there's this award show that is apparently pretty popular. I don't pay attention to it, but it's called the Streamer Awards, right? And it's basically like, oh, here's all these streamers, you know, giving out awards for like best strategy game streamer, best VTuber, best IRL streamer. And apparently one of the winner for the best streamer category, best VTuber category actually, was a guy called Burnt Peanut or something. I don't watch his content, but apparently a lot of people are very unhappy. A lot of VTubers are unhappy that he won because apparently he hates being called a VTuber and really hates VTubers in general, or at least the concept of them. And he still ended up winning. Supposedly something about his fan base telling everyone to vote for him as the best VTuber, which I was like, okay, that's kind of a dick thing to do. And I mean, like, not vote, like, not the fact that he's telling his fans to vote for him, but kind of trying to invade this category to hate on VTubers. So, like, I don't really pay attention to him, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I was like, huh. Let's see, streamer awards. I actually don't know if Cleo won best strategy. Clearly I should win the best strategy streamer award, even though I only stream strategy games half the time nowadays because I like playing a lot of other stuff. Let's see. Best MOBA, let's see, brand partner, hidden gem award. Let's see, speedrun sports, Minecraft, Marvel. I like how Minecraft is its own category. Okay, so some guy named Jinx Z won. Cleo wasn't even in the category for best strategy. It was like Northern Lion, Peach Owl, Rawfully, and Jinxie, who I've never heard of before. Hidden Gem. Hidden Gem is I Just Love Puzzles, who I've never heard before. Oh, it seems like some grandma who just makes, you know, does puzzles, which is kind of wholesome and cute. How do you vote for me? Well, you have to nominate me first, and I don't think I was nominated because I don't ask people to nominate me for this stuff. Is he a seed streamer? I don't know. His name was like spelled JYNXZI, so I was like, oh, that spells Jinxie. Love Piccolo and Miko were nominated, but it's clear they're not winning. No, because the main thing is like I don't think a Japanese streamer is gonna win that category. Because the streamer awards is I don't like bad mouthing some of these things sometimes, but let's be real, the streamer awards is essentially a LA content creator circle jerk. So it's basically it's all gonna be Western content creators, and you're not gonna see, you know, Japanese VTubers on there. And the thing is, like with that, like yeah, if you're in that thing, great. If you're not gonna win for whatever reason, you know, people are gonna get mad no matter what. There's always gonna be someone unhappy with the results of that. And I think Burnt Peanut kind of just exemplifies like kind of the issues that were going on with that whole event, where, you know, only like, oh shoot, Sun is having a tantrum despite freezing to death, so that's fun. Because like I said, I saw people getting really mad about it, and I get it, you know, especially if the guy's not a VTuber or doesn't want to call himself a VTuber, and for lack of better words, is kind of pretty far from what is the general aesthetic of a VTuber with like an anime character type thing. Because obviously nowadays a lot of VTubers, especially, are like very anime, but he's like just a face, like a Snapchat filter face. And there will always be people that are unhappy. Like, oh Jesus, hypothermia. Can this guy just stay in bed and just not move? No, stay in bed. Okay, I'm gonna have you stand here, and you're just gonna sit in that corner until I can get you your parka. Just wait there until your parka's ready. Oh no, so my understanding is the guy actually wanted to be in the category. He told his fans to put him in the category, vote for him, and just tell him. I know he streams Arc Raiders, but I don't like. I haven't played Arc Raiders myself. Oh, let's get this parka on you. All right, hopefully Sun. Oh, Sun can't even survive to make it to the parka. That's so funny. All right, hold on, I have an idea. Let's have you quickly pick up the parka. We're gonna have you drop it off over here. Okay, so you're in bed. Okay, then we're gonna have you sit here, drop this, and then as soon as Sun wakes up. Okay. All right, just. Okay, let's see here. How bad is it? Hypothermia extreme. Okay, so you put this on. Okay, so what is your temperature gradient? -26. So now you're comfortable. Okay, so Sun is now able to survive the winter. All right, that's fine. That's what we're looking for. Also, hello, Rachel. How are you doing? But yeah, anyways, the whole thing is, like I said, the whole streamer awards is basically a giant circle jerk between, you know, people in the industry. And that's fine. Like, let them have their funny award show. It doesn't really bother me that much, quite frankly. Like, I'm not part of that in-clique. Who cares? I have always been one of those, I'm gonna just be in my own lane, doing my own thing type of person, and that's kind of, how it is. Oh, oh, did you get a new job? Alright, well, let me tell you. If you're a healthy young adult, and you don't think you're gonna have a lot of medical bills, go for a high deductible plan, like and then get yourself an HSA and just dump as much money into that HSA. If you think you're gonna have a lot of medical bills, then you're gonna just dump everything into... You're just gonna get the highest, the best plan that you can get. Something like a PPO 100 or PPO 90 if you can get that. Oh, I don't know what the ACA plans are then, I'm sorry. I wish I could help. Have I... the Toho McDonald's ad? I saw it, and I was kind of surprised that that was even a thing. Yeah, isn't like and we're not gonna talk too much politics again, but I remember seeing that the ACA plans were like stupid expensive, and I'm like, I don't know how anyone can afford this. Like, this is ridiculous. Wait, there's an AI McDonald's ad? Okay, no, you're gonna have to show me. Also, I just realized that the chat has not been on the stream this entire time, and I need to fix that real quick. Whoops. So I guess the VOD's not gonna have chat context for the past 20 minutes in the future. Whoopsies. Hold on, give me a second to open up Caster Labs. I always forget to do this. All right, hold on. Let's see if this works. Gonna test here. Good. And let me test here. I hate to have everything's AI ads. I know Coca-Cola, for example, does a lot of AI ads nowadays, and it's awful because they're always like garbage, and you can tell that it's AI. Okay, so the YouTube chat isn't showing up for some reason, and I am logged in. Oh, there we go. It took a second to connect. There we go. So if I press this, you can post it on the server if you want. Just, you know, put the context of like, hey, this is the McDonald's AI ad or something, so we can just gawk at it. Because I am kind of curious. It is very interesting. There's been a lot of discourse on AI ad content again recently on social media, and it's just like, all right. Oh, like the funniest thing. I know I don't know if I mentioned it, but there was that one artist that I was like looking at a while ago. What was her name? Asami-chan? Or her whole shtick was she was kind of quote unquote drawing herself as like an anime character, and you know doing the whole like, here's the artist selfies and here's the art, and their art was kind of very reminiscent of Ixi, who's another very popular Japanese artist. And then it was found out, oh no, she's just tracing AI. And then there was that whole like, what, 50-page Google docy, and I was like, oh my gosh. And when I read it, I'm like, this is legitimate. Like, it was a lot of deets, a lot of details on all the stuff that was going down with that. Also, we need to, I wish this cold snap would end, but I am not gonna be able to grow any crops, and I'm gonna have to kill more animals for food. Let's go kill some dinosaurs. I think I can kill these Parasaurolophus. Let's go grab you, and you, and you. Let's go murder some dinos. Hunting for a dino is a lot easier when you work as a group. Oh no, trust me, I hate it too, Garm. Like, in my field of work, I rely on Excel spreadsheets predominantly. And one of the things that my workplace is trying to have us do is an initiative where we will start using what is it, Microsoft Copilot as part of our work now. And I was like, I really don't want to. I'm like, I really don't want to, but we have to. And Google does it too, where it's like, I'll open up a Google Doc or a Google spreadsheet, and they're like, here's the Gemini interpretation of your document. I'm like, but I didn't ask for this. I don't want an AI interpretation of my document. I just want the document. Please stop reading my document. It's awful. This is the timeline we live in now. Let me see this thing that Kahila posted. What am I about to look at? Oh my god. Oh, this sound okay, this tweet just sounds so bad. Hold on. You have to read this with me. It truly is some of the most cope I've ever heard. Okay. Hold on. Okay. They released their ad. The studio says they hardly slept for several weeks while they wrote AI prompts and refining the shots. AI didn't do this. We made it. No, you had an AI do this. I don't want to listen to this, but I just want to see if I can point out like all the weird AI flaws that we can find. Now, the problem is that with modern AI, a lot of it is actually kind of hard to spot. Okay, like that one was weird. Like you can see she phased through that door. It closed. Her foot's still on it. She's missing a leg right here. Oh wait, it's not showing on screen. Yeah, like look at this. Like she's missing a leg. She just kind of phases through that door. See what I mean? Yeah. This is it's really bad. It's awful. The thing is, like, some of this could just be really bad CGI if they would admit it, but this is all AI, which makes it really annoying too. Also, AI is like really bad with liquids. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but like anytime there's liquids in AI, it always one has like a solid color because they can't really do refractions for like clear liquids. So it's always like a murky liquid, and it's always weirdly goopy. Like I was about to say something incredibly cursed, but I'm restraining myself. But it's always like slime. It's always incredibly slimy. But there's like a lot of these different things that you can kind of tell with AI and stuff, and it's just cursed. Everything's really bad. Someone knows the difference between refraction and reflection. Oh yeah, I studied physics at some point too. I'm not even gonna read the. I'm not gonna listen to the audio because it probably sounds really bad. December kan wel in beetje McDonald's gebruiken. Is this Dutch? I guess it's Dutch. Yeah, it's probably Dutch. It does say AI generate in the bottom right corner of the of here. No, it's okay. I just wanted to point out like how ugly this is. But it is kind of scary, like how much less mistakes these models are making. Like we are like, remember the era when they did like the old era of AI. Like, you remember what I remember? Like the Will Smith eating pasta. That's what I remember. Also, hello, Lana. How are you doing? Hold on. Does anyone remember that? Will Smith eating pasta? That was one of like that's like one of the most cursed videos I've seen from like AI. Like here we go, I found it. Oh god. Like this was essentially the benchmark that people were comparing things to. And it's just like, it's so cursed. You see what I mean? Like the face and everything just looks so wrong, but it's only been like 2-3 years since that came out. Now apparently I guess the technology is advanced enough that they can just, you know, throw some prompts into a blender and have it spit out. How do I make this minimap smaller? How do we make this smaller? Oh, there we go, that's better. Okay, there we go, let's do that. I was like wondering why that was really big. I don't want it that large. There we go. Oh, that's just holidays are coming, just sound ominous. Ah, yes. Ah, holidays are coming. Well, the thing is, you have to remember, a lot of AI can't do like a lot of tones and inflections, because I know there was that whole thing recently about the Amazon Prime was doing AI dubs on anime that they had dubbing rights to. Let's just say the rights holders were not very happy about that. And it was really funny, because a friend linked me a clip, and I couldn't stop laughing at the absurd flip from the Japanese original audio laughing to just completely flat English AI dubbing. My friend, it was kind of mean, but my friend compared it to like really bad, like, dubs in general, but I was like, okay, well, at least the actual dubbers are at least human beings that are saying words instead of just this obnoxious. Here, okay, you know, let's find it. So I just want to show you this real fast. Yeah, these Rimworld streams are slowly devolving into just generic, just chatting segments with a Rimworld game in the background. As I can find it, it was so cursed. Let's see. Where did it go? Oh, I don't know if I can find it anymore. No. Oh, here we go. I found it. Well, there's a lot of empty huts because we had a lot of people die. That's the unfortunate reality. Okay, hold on. Here we go. This I don't know why, but this killed me. Like, it just, like, it sounds so bad, and there's a reason why everyone hated this. And they had, like, I think the rights holders to various anime that Amazon was doing this to basically told them, pull this now or we're gonna terminate the license. Okay, so listen to how she sounds, right? And then just listen. Let me make sure it's loud enough so you can hear. Okay, here we go.
You stupid vampire. Don't you know that I can't even catch rabbits?
The flip between from the original Japanese laugh to this really weird flat voice is just so bad.
You stupid vampire. Don't you know that I can't
It's like a really bad TikTok.
You can escape now, Rimworld.
Listen to how he sounds too.
Hold on. What are you even talking about?
Like,
Please stop. You're gonna destroy my house. Go fight outside.
it's so bad. Oh lord, I hate this. I'm glad that they basically got told off by the, I think, what was it, Kadokawa, and they said, hey, cut this out now, or we're not gonna give you the license anymore. Oh. I feel, like I said, the tech is they're not making it sound so bad, but they're not using it. No, because they're not trying, right? Because again, when a corporation is trying to use like these AI tools, they're not doing it for the love of the game. They're doing it because they want to save money. Why would they spend money trying to have someone fine-tune the output when they can just release slop, which is cheaper and doesn't cost them an extra, I don't know, $70,000 to $80,000 a year in salary for an audio engineer to correct the mistakes of a generative model? That's the issue. Like, in the end, it's basically these corporations want to save a ton of money. That's why they're doing things like firing people and just trying to do that. It's just, they should have just, I don't know, hired a Vocaloid engineer. Hire a Vocaloid engineer and just use, I don't know, Hatsune Miku voice banks and just be done with it. At least that would have had care and love and put into it. There's a big difference between using something like voice bank Hatsune Miku versus using an AI voice model like that. Diligent translation groups are just copy paste in DeepL translation. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, a lot of them don't properly understand the content and the context of whatever they're doing. Also, Sun's been hard at work mining the rocks, which I guess is your job now. Actually, no, Sun, here's your new work. Let's give you a new job. Your job is going to be, let's see, we're gonna make you prioritize basic work so that at least all this stuff gets refilled, and then bed rest, and then Hall Plus. That's fine. You don't need to do any of this other stuff. Just do that and then train. Yeah, I know, like, exactly. Like, Miku, I think, would have been at least a little better option. I really wish that they just hire a VA. Like, I guarantee you, if they really wanted to save a lot of money, they could hire some no-name VA off of, like, Fiverr or whatever that website is that you linked or mentioned before, Zongo, about, like, VAs wanting a job, and just offer them, like, $500 to record an entire season's worth of lines. They will jump on that, right? Like, they will just jump on that idea. I'm not gonna lie, I would jump on that. If someone offered me $500 to dub a character for an entire season, even if I have, like, no experience, I'd be like, you know what, just let me do it. I would do it. The people hear my luscious voices voicing Kirito, Starburst Stream, and whatever else he says in that show. Oh, Asuna, I need you to come back here so we can go fight the Gleam Eyes together. Switch! Or whatever. I don't remember any. I've never watched the dub of Sword Art Online. I've only seen the original language version. Why is everyone throwing things at me? You know I'm right. You know I'm absolutely correct with everything I'm saying. But yeah, the SAG-AFTRA strike was very much because of, like, the AI stuff, and I think it's kind of like the thing with Arc Raiders 2 right now, because I don't know if anyone pays attention, but Arc Raiders is very much, some people are not happy because they've been doing things like, hey, we're using our AI model so that people can, you know, what's what I'm thinking of? Don't have to pay the VAs again to re-record more lines. Alright, we gotta kill more of these dinosaurs, don't we? We don't have that much meat. Let's grab you, and you. I think these three are enough. Let's go killing. Let's see. There is a small stack of dinos over here. Let's go over there. Also, what are you dying of? The flu? You'll be fine. You kind of wish we got an official anime dub without the stock anime voices. I mean, I don't disagree, but the problem is, technically, if you ever watch a Japanese anime, like, you're gonna know that they also sound equally, sometimes, excited about the things that they do. It's just, I think, you know, a lot of people don't necessarily understand how Japanese sound, or, like, you know, don't understand Japanese, so it kind of doesn't sound the same. But I think I do agree it'd be kind of nice to have a little bit more of a serious dubbing. But to be fair, the other thing too is that with voice actors, their voice is the only way that they can kind of show off, you know, their range of emotions, because they don't know maybe necessarily how it's going to be animated, so they have to rely on being a little more what's it called, dramatic or excessive with how they sound, and I think that's fine. Your food is running low. Then during another match, I know there's a lot. Like I know Ray's got the flu here too. Ray's also missing a lot of digits, which is becoming a bit of an issue. But I can't exactly just give her new fingers. Look at this. She only like on her right hand, she only has her thumb and her pinky. She's missing everything else. Can't exactly hold a sword like that, but we can't exactly get you replacement digits either. Short of just giving you a metal hand. Yeah, no one speaks in the ooh voice, not even in... Well, yeah, I don't think people really speak like that. It's really just an exaggeration. Like, even streamers exaggerate, like, their voices quite a bit, right? I've mentioned this before, but if you're like, when I talk on stream, I think I often talk in a slightly higher register than I normally do, for whatever reason. Or maybe this is my normal conversation voice rather than like a deeper, lower one. I don't know. But I definitely can't do the ooh voice because it would be a little too hard. Like, can you imagine if I spent the entire stream talking like this, like I'm a valley girl, but also like slightly effeminate? Like, oh my gosh. Like, I think Ray would murder me if I tried to do that for an entire stream. So, you know. I think in exposition voice, everyone's got kind of something like that. When ooh. No, I won't do ooh. I will not degrade myself in... You'd help her do it? What if that's like the first voice acting role I get, where it's like a character like that? That's the new trick now. That's how I get into the industry. Voice a character that everyone would hate. And then people are like, who voiced that character? I have to know. Honestly, I think what I can do is... Oftentimes, I think what I can do... Because I'm given, like, a piece of, like, text to read. I can read it in a very... Not quite gravelly voice, but... At least an ominous-sounding voice. Is what I think I could do. And I think that would sound pretty nice. Like... Infidel Nichan. Okairi. Something like that, right? Where, although surprisingly, you want to know something interesting about that voice? I actually run out of breath easily on that because it's super breathy to do. So I really do it for little sentences at a time before I have to breathe again. Like that. I think I used that voice a few times when we were playing, what was that one game? Something about the king. No, don't mute. You have to be here and listen to my fantastic voice. Isn't that the whole point of being here? I can't believe this. I'm being muted. You want to hear text the Black Pants Legion narrate an audiobook is that low gravelly voice and it's just a chef's kiss. Some people with like really good gravelly voices are just... It is chef's kiss. Like Wayne Jude, or was that his name, right? Wayne June. From Darkest Dungeon. His voice is just so iconic. I don't think Darkest Dungeon would have succeeded as well as it did without his voice. His voice really, I think, sold that game. And it's beautiful. I think, do you know the other reason why I can't be a voice actor? Even though I would love to try it? I stumble upon my words, I think, a decent amount of times. Unless I, like, really sit down and focus on reading a script. I think I do stumble upon my words as I'm reading it. It's not ideal, but it happens. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, he really sold Darkest Dungeon without his voice. They had him record his lines for 3 or 4 times and made different mixes to achieve that ghostly wet effect. Oh, it's so good. It's a shame that, you know, he's no longer with us, and that because of that, Darkest Dungeon 2, I think, is missing a lot of voice content because he's not around anymore. Which is a real shame, I think. Okay, who else needs cold... Okay, so Infidave is dying of a flu. Okay, Ray is dying of a flu. Okay, she's not gonna survive that. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Let's get you to... Okay, so you're gonna tend there, right? Why is a lot of my... Okay, so hold on. What we're gonna do is probably preach health to Ray, and that should keep her alive. Infidave got tended, 43%, that's fine. Rest until healed. Then we'll have Steve come over here and preach health. Oh no, you're alive. You're very much alive. So, anyways, how did we even get to this stuff? Oh, right. So, anyways, I think it's just kind of amusing. Like, this is where audio dubbing is going. It's a little cursed, but I'm very glad at least to see that a lot of people, especially those who consume this type of media, are very much against it, right? But it's really, I think, a lot of... Oh shoot, my internet's dying again. Uh-oh. Hello? That was weird. I lost about 2 seconds. I know one of the things right now is that I know people who love consuming that AI-generated content, and it's a real shame to see, I think. One of the biggest examples is I've seen people who just watch AI-voiced slop, I guess. There's a lot of slop content on platforms like TikTok and even YouTube Shorts nowadays. I haven't even watched that much YouTube Shorts. I basically have to... I have to forcefully curtail my feed to certain content that I enjoy, like infrastructure videos. Those are fun. I love watching about, like, how would I redesign this intersection so it's not garbage anymore? And then, for some reason, sometimes YouTube will be like, oh, would you like to watch this AI voice read you a Reddit post? I'm like, no, make it go away. I don't want this. Make it stop. But that's apparently a very popular genre of content, and people get paid for it. Right? And I remember seeing a video one time, like, the guy taught you how to do that from start to finish. Watch this AI-generated cat try to take salmon through customs, yeah, or, like, watch this AI-generated dog save this baby from the water, and, like, the baby riding him, like, I don't know, Gandalf Road. What was the name of the horse? Show them, whatever, I forgot. It's something you just gotta be careful about. Shadowfax, yes. Shadowfax showed them the meaning of haste. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you know that whole line about Shadowfax showed them the meaning of haste? So, in Magic the Gathering, they did a Lord of the Rings set. There's a keyword in Magic called haste. Okay? It's a term that shows up on, like, every single set. There's always, like, 10 cards that have haste on it. So no one needs an explanation of what haste does. Alright, basically haste means it can attack or activate or tap on the turn it comes out. And they decided, for at least Shadowfax, thankfully, they would have the full explanation of what haste means on the card, which was really funny, because the whole show them the meaning of haste. And they even have it on the special alt art variant, or special alt frame variant, which normally wouldn't have reminder text, but they wanted to keep the whole... show them the meaning of haste. And I see the PSA stuff. Yes, I saw that. And the collectibles market is going to just... is a disaster. I cannot recommend in any... Oh, wait. Hold on. I have these tables that I got to throw in here. I just realized I have all this. This stuff actually will increase our... Oh! Increases work speed. Okay, hold on. Let's throw these on here. So let's add a... carving... and then a cleaver rack. And then over here, I need to throw in a kitchen cupboard. And let's throw in a tailoring. I didn't realize we had these options, but these are kind of neat. I should probably make sure I have these. An art tool stand here, and then a chisel rack for the stones. And then... that's probably fine. Yeah. So if you don't know what happened with PSA, so if you don't know what PSA is a collectibles grading agency. Okay. Basically their whole thing is that they grade mostly trading cards. I think they started with sports cards, but when sports cards aren't as popular anymore, they switched to dealing with like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon cards. So there's basically like two major companies that do this, PSA and BSA. PSA stands for, I think, Professional Sports Card Association. Or sorry, not BSA, what's it? BGS, I'm sorry, BGS is the other one. You discovered the big bada bing bada booms. What do you mean by that? So, BGS is usually stricter on their grading, and will fetch you a higher price than PSA. At least that's how it was when I paid attention to the market like a couple of years ago. It could have changed by now. Anyways, what I've heard recently is that PSA would grade a card at like 9, right? And they would offer to buy that card from the person who sent it in without having to mail it back. Basically, like, all right, PSAs are going to offer you like $1,000 for the card. For like, I don't know, a grade 9 Gigamax Charizard or something like that. And you'll be like, all right, $1,000 is fine. And then so you sell it to them, they send you $1,000 minus taxes and fees and whatever. And then what I heard is that they would just take the card, crack it out, and then they would just change the grade. They would just say, oh, it's actually a 10 now, and now they have a grade 10 Charizard, which in the realm of Pokemon trading card finances, based on my understanding, is that a 10 is worth almost twice the price of a 9. Okay, especially on like the super rare cards. It's actually insane, the price like delta between, you know, 8, 9, 10, and even 9.5 and 10. And this is why I can't get into Pokemon trading cards anymore, because this stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. I'll buy a single card if I want to have the card, but I am not gonna buy, you know, entire stuff like that. Like I can't support like grading cards anymore. I think you mentioned the last time the Chinese Rimworld mod includes Master Turns. No, it's not Dead Man Switch. I think it was something else. But I remember Proxy posting it and I looked at it, and it was really big cannons. Yeah, it's kind of like the Richter scale in the sense of like it's not a linear price increase in trading cards, right? Because in the collectibles market, especially with trading cards, the only thing people care about are like 8, 9, and 10, and like the halves too. I think it's really interesting seeing the difference, because at least as much as I rag on Magic the Gathering, at least people play the game, right? People actually play Magic the Gathering, and so, you know, really the only expensive cards are like the super alt foil rare variant of the same card. Like, I can pull up an example, like, especially Final Fantasy had a huge example of this thing. Like, you have Cloud, Buster Sword, I think, is a good example. Buster Sword is probably a fine example, where normal variants are like $30, and then the fancy version is like $70, and the fancy foil is like $120. Yes, Magic the Gathering actually has a lot of gameplay, and the old pre-modern Magic is really one of the most skill-intensive games that I've ever played. I used to play a bit of pre-modern, and modern Magic's a little too fast nowadays for that type of gameplay, but it's different. Token card has always been such a scam. People will buy things just to get them graded in hopes they'll increase. Exactly, like, it happens a lot. The thing is, like, Pokemon, there are people that play Pokemon, and in my area, there's actually a couple shops that host Pokemon tournaments, which is great. But at least with Magic, when people talk about Magic, they talk about the cards, right? Like playing. But whenever I hear people talk about Pokemon TCG, all anyone talks about is how much money can they flip this, you know, case or this pack or this box for. And it's just, it's just ridiculous. It is actually insane. Also, we're getting attacked. Okay, they actually have decent weapons, which means we'll probably start getting better weapons in the near future too. Let's get over here. And it's just insane. I've seen videos, and it's people will just casually drop like 1, 2, 3 grand on, you know, graded Pokemon cards or entire binders. And it's just like, how? Like, how? I mean, like, I guess they have I get they have money, but it still is kind of just a surprise that that's how much they're able to just derive from a binder of Pokemon cards. I think the overall commodification of TCGs is just really unfortunate, but I understand. I mean, TCGs are a commodity that people are willing to pay decent chunks of money for, to have like all these cool different stuff. Yeah, and I guess the other thing too is when COVID happened and everyone was getting like their free Biden bucks and whatever you want to call them. Oh geez, Garm got shot down. This archer actually did a pretty good job of shooting Garm down. All right, you need to go over here, and we gotta go quickly assassinate these folks, and then I'm gonna have Ray quickly come here rescue Garm, stab these guys, knock them out. Oh my gosh. All right, he's leaving. All right, let's go decide if we want to capture them. Let's see. You're fine. We'll capture you, and we'll capture you, and then the others will die, and then we'll get quickly Garm over there. And then we'll have to tend to everyone quickly. Doctors are going to be working overtime. Garm's got enough time to get back. Okay, how about this one? We have you go back to a base, and then we're going to have you quickly tend to Garm right there, and that should be fine. Girlfriends are expensive. I mean, being in a relationship is gonna be expensive no matter what. And you just have to... That's just the cost of being in a relationship. Right? Whether you're spending money to go visit your significant other, or gifts, or, you know, on experiences that you two can have together. It's stuff like that. And that's just how it is. You just... It's just part of the process. I don't mind spending money on stuff like that. Also, Arani, we're gonna make you a doctor real fast. Congratulations, you've been upgraded to doctor. Okay, so Ray should have been able to save Garm here. I think Garm will survive. Probably, yeah. The mod now requires dead mess. Oh, does it? Okay. So, I don't know. Like I said, TCGs are just insane. And Pokemon is one of those, like, I love looking at the art on a Pokemon card, but I could not justify spending that much money unless it was literally the entire business was just buying and flipping and trading Pokemon cards, which some people do find very fun. I actually watched a YouTube video of a guy who did that as a side hobby, not necessarily his primary job, and it was kind of an interesting insight into how much money he has to spend to even go to these shows, because, you know, getting a table at one of these cons is like $500, and then not only that, he's got to spend money on, you know, hotel stays, on food, on transit. It's interesting. Okay, let's make sure these guys are all tended to Cigar will survive. Okay, let's get tending on these. So, Steve... Okay, so Airman, Joker. And then Ray's still dying of the flu, which is a bit of an issue. I think Ray will survive her flu. You'll survive. Okay, you need to get back into bed. Okay, and then you also need to be tended to as well. We have a lot of people that need injuries. Okay, so you get out. Get them in there. Okay, he's gonna survive. That one will live, I think. Okay. Hold on, what's the other question here? There's a network of mods, based on you have heavy industries, all Chinese mecha made some about some other team. Pretty sure the mods make it some coding. Oh, okay, gotcha. I see what's going on here. Two-tile melee weapon is fine. I mean, I believe these halberds that we're using here, which are from VFE Medieval 2, they actually do attack at range 2, I believe. I think these actually do attack at range 2. Is that everyone who's injured? I think that's everyone who's injured. Okay, fantastic. So, let's see. I'll talk most of your MC base of stairs. I think I'm gonna get making terraces, but there's gonna be a while. I would recommend, if you want to make it easier to traverse up and down, you can look up elevators. I think they require an ender pearl for each one. And basically, when you're standing on an elevator tile, as long as there's an elevator directly above or below, you can jump or sneak to go up and down floors. It's really easy. So I recommend looking into that. So anyways, yeah. TCGs are just an abomination now, and I love playing Magic, but I have been getting burnt out on buying product, and I am just basically not buying... I'm basically not buying Magic product anymore, aside from singles, because I cannot justify the cost of this game, and I have a lot of other things that I can throw my money at instead, which is probably better for me in the long run. Right? My most valuable cards are essentially a series of swords that I keep in one deck, and I will basically have those as my most expensive cards, I think, for the rest of my time playing this game. Because I actually went through a lot of effort to find all 5 of them. Exactly, like I'll throw money at Ray. You know what's funny? I think Ray throws more money at me sometimes, which is very amusing, but I think we throw money at each other equally because I spend a lot of money to get hotels and stuff when we're traveling around. So that's just kind of how it is. Anyways, just want to point out, like, these are the cards that I have that are like super cool and I love. There's like the Sword of Fire and Ice with this, basically the Kaladesh inventions are like the ones that I love, and each of these swords, I think the most expensive one I bought was like 100 and this one's 75. I think I bought this one, it was like 60 bucks. I bought this one, it was like 40 bucks. And then there's the other three, like Feast and Famine. Yeah, I bought it at around 150. Now it's like 220 bucks. This one is 80. I think I bought this one, it was 80. Yeah, so I love these swords. They're reminiscent of like really powerful cards from Magic's history, because they are, but just like reimagined as like, you know, museum pieces in a way. And so I love them very, very much. Like my favorite cards I've ever owned. I never use more than 2 or 3 French models. You press them next mod less than 5. Oh yeah, I know, like the whole Oscar thing. Yeah, it's something in mind to share because today you'll be studying and hanging with a friend. What's the thing you have to share, Kahila? More than 2 or 3 furniture mod. I already know. Yeah, I already know Ray's Xmas present to me because she literally is unable to not share stuff like that, and she's like, "I have to show you what it is," and it's like, okay. There is not enough food in here. These animals are probably gonna starve unless I can find a way to make kibble. Now the problem is that I kind of need all of our food. Oh, okay, hold on. Wasn't someone missing a lung, or was that Immortal and Immortal? Oh, here we go. Airman is missing a lung. So do we want to keep them or do we want to kill them? That's a major problem. Oh my gosh. Hi, SPO. I already feel like I know where a lot of those viewers are from. Hi, SPO. How was Final Fantasy 14? Did you succeed on your raid? Let me guess. After Lucky finished streaming Rimworld, she raided into you, and then now you're raiding into me, is my assumption. Yeah, okay, I figured as much. Hello, SPO people, since SPO... How long until you become a VTuber? That's the real question. How long until we get the SPO VTuber? Also, hello, Tumbleweed and Pesky Fox and Beardfish. Welcome to my wonderful Rimworld stream, where we're slowly but surely expanding greatly. If you don't know who I am, most people just call me Oak. It's just infinitely easier, and I play funny strategy games a lot. Also, we're doing Minecraft quite often, but we're doing Rimworld today because every Monday is a Rimworld day, and I've been doing it exactly like this for the past god knows how many years. I think I've been a VTuber for 5 years now. It's kind of spooky to think about. We saw Enrage, congrats, on Honey Be Lovely, right? That song is addictive to listen to, but I'm glad you saw Enrage. Also, let me read all the stuff that happened real quick. So you made Princess forgot Lamau, you downloaded FNAF 2, some popcorn box starter. Well, I saw FNAF 2. I saw FNAF 2 over the weekend. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. So, for context, I had never watched FNAF, and the only exposure I had to FNAF media was playing FNAF on Halloween for stream, right? So I was sitting around on Monday and I'm like, I need to watch something at the theater because I have a movie theater subscription pass. And I was like, all right, let me go see. It's like, oh, FNAF is on. Also, thank you, Maskaloxin, for the follow. So I saw FNAF 2 was showing in theaters, and I was like, okay, let me watch FNAF 1. I had it downloaded. So I watched FNAF 1. Took me about like, while I was playing Minecraft, took me about like 2 hours. Then I took a nap, and then I saw like a 10 o'clock showing, 10 p.m. at night for FNAF 2, and I was like, wow, this is actually a pretty fun series. And then I started watching game theory videos for like the next weekend, for like the whole weekend basically, trying to understand like the lore of this stupid franchise. I was surprised at how much I actually enjoyed learning about FNAF. I was like, this is stupid, but it's kind of a fun stupid. Right, and I did know some of the lore between, like, you know, like the whole, like the big bite and all that stuff, but a lot of it is just kind of, I didn't know. You're gonna take her. All right, Hab. Oh, geez. I hope she'll be okay, SVO. Massage her or something. Hope she feels better. Thanks for the raid, and for those of you sticking around here, you know, you can press follow, and I like to ramble on about miscellaneous things. I'm basically the coolest Rimworld VTuber. That can be attested to by various people here, right? Please clap. The game theory of FNAF is so real. I was starting to binge it. I was like, this is good content. It was crazy. Also, Zero, just answer your question. How do I play MTG? Because of video game players should also find the online game to understand anything. I would recommend you go back to playing Arena and just go through it slowly. It has to. It's kind of a, because Yu-Gi-Oh is very combo based, right? The way I always describe it. Also, thank you, Pesky Fox, for the follow. The way I always describe it is that Yu-Gi-Oh is very much a combo game, where since your resources are essentially the cards in your hand, and there's no other, like, there's no mana system in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's basically how quickly can you get new cards in your hand, refill your hand, and keep going and doing your chain and combo to win the game. And that's kind of like my biggest issue with Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole. It's more or less it's more or less just I don't know how to describe it. It's a very intense game, and unless you know every single interaction, you're gonna lose. And that's why I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It was actually too much for me to process. And I didn't want to memorize all those combos and whatever. Also, these goats are starving. I think I just kill all the goats. Just kill them all. I can't maintain them. But I would just recommend you go back to Arena, play it slowly. Magic's got a mana system, which I think is one of its more unique features, especially because each color does something different. Like white prioritizes, you know, life and being, you know, going wide, versus red, which is more aggressive, blue, which is more control-y, things like that. Once you get into Magic, you start to learn it's a very, very, very deep game. Especially older Magic was a very deep game. Modern Magic's a little, it's just so silly. Should we kill the Thrombos? Can I tame them? Do I actually have anyone that can tame a Thrombo? I don't think I can afford to feed a Thrombo. Your friend shared art of Nero Claudius from Fate, and it was her dancing with a blue-haired guy who looks like Hector Lancer, but then they joked about her having a bare foot because of course. Listen, people are always gonna be drawn to feet in anime art. Okay. That's just how it is. Like, you just see like an anime art and you post it in certain friend groups and they'll just be like, oh my god, feet. That's all they're gonna be, like, feet. They'll zoom in, they'll screen cap the feet. It happens every time. You know, that's fun. You know, the only feet that you've ever, I think the only exposed feet I ever have on any piece of art I've commissioned was one of the summer pieces, and that was it. Because I even think, even on the Daki, there's no exposed feet. It's all covered in clothes anyways. Right? Because it's got, yeah, it's all covered in clothes. Because I like my very nice conservative outfits, because that's what I like. It's, yeah, it's more like a swimsuit with a sarong type thing. I made you remember that the official Nero Claudius feed pics due to extra records shop? Huh. Oh, well then. But yeah, I like playing Magic, but I've been a little burnt out on buying product, and I don't recommend buying product, especially because the price of the card game has gone up a lot. I was talking to some friends earlier, and when I started playing, a pre-release, an event that you would play at, was about $30. And it was $30 for like the longest time until a little after COVID. And then now the price of a pre-release is $50. And you get the same amount of cards in your pre-release kit. And the prizes have been reduced each and every time. And it's a little unfortunate. So it's kind of hard to justify playing at these events nowadays. Because I used to love going to drafts, which are now like, they used to be $15. And now I think they're like $25. And just play at home, play with your friends, and just don't even bother spending money. Especially because they keep doing the stupid Universes Beyond. I don't want Spider-Man in my Magic the Gathering. It is so weird. Playing Magic, which is very much a high to low... It's a fantasy game. And then you have Spider-Man in New York City, which are now officially part of Magic the Gathering. And it's really funny. So Magic the Gathering settings takes place on what's called planes, right? So you have the plane of Lorwyn, the plane of Ravnica, the plane of Innistrad, the plane of Theros, and each one is basically, you know, kind of like a riff on some other fantasy concept or mythology. So, for example, Theros is very much themed after... Let me pull up some examples. Like, Theros is very much themed after, you know, Greek mythology. Innistrad is Gothic horror. Lorwyn is kind of English fantasy. Well, like more Fey fantasy. And then you have like Eldraine, which is more, you know, English, like Western English fantasy. And then you have things like New York. And the running joke is that New York is now an official plane in Magic the Gathering because we are having 3 sets take place in New York City in 1 year. There's Spider-Man, the Marvel set, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are all take place in New York, and for some reason we all have that in Magic the Gathering now, and it's so cursed. I hate it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was doing the same thing and looking on the card game things, just Dogmatica. What does... Let me look up Dogmatica. Dogmatica. I actually like looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes because, one, I like the idea that all the art is kind of... You know, all the mechanics kind of play together, and it's quite nice. So let me look up what Dogmatica cards look like. Have I ever researched and used fertility procedures? Okay, it took me like a second to process that you're talking about Rimworld and not in real life. I was like, huh. Like, I don't think I have. It's like, took me like a second. I was like, no, I think I've researched it like once. I think I've researched it like once or twice in the game, but I've never had to use it because we don't run things that require us to manage colony. So also, I think race flu is getting bad again. Maybe we should have... Oh, that's an infection. That's not good. Okay, we might lose more people to infections and flus again, which is gonna be really bad. Yikes. Okay, so hopefully we can keep people alive, but it's gonna be rough. Yeah, that's not good. Oh yeah, it's really bad. You researched it once and used it because your sea ice colony, the only woman was your starting pawn, and that's your OC and thus asexual, so you implanted your ovum with her second in command. Oh, that's interesting. I guess if you're doing a sea ice, that's probably necessary, right? Can you buy some medicine? No, there's no buying medicine. We have to deal with what we have, but it's winter now with hard snow, which means we can't even grow crops. You have to remember, we basically lost half a season's, like, we lost an entire season's worth of crop because we weren't able to grow anything because of the cold snap and then the winter that followed immediately after. So we're short a significant amount. I think we can't keep these guys alive. Yeah. I'm gonna keep them alive. A plane crashed on the highway in your state today and it was wild. How wild are we talking about here? Thanks balls for the 3 stream streak. You're farting like a hog, you're not gonna lie. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. I hope you are able to maybe drink less soda. That'll probably help you a lot. Yeah, so the main thing is, like, fertility procedures in Rimworld aren't really relevant unless you're playing, like, a long-form colony, like a generational type thing. But on stream, we never do long-form generational colonies. It's just kind of difficult to do so and justify it. I don't even have a Diet Coke addiction. I don't know you have a Diet Coke addiction, but I assume that if you're having a lot of gas problems, it's because you're drinking a metric ton of soda. One use art of your sauna for your PFP, but you're short of money, so it's down to you, but you've not done art in 2 months, maybe more. Do more art, and then sell commissions, and then maybe you can hire people to do commissions of your OC. I think it's space age. Well, we're only going to I think we're only going to go up to, like, industrial, and I think we'll be done with this run in particular. And then we might do, like, 1 or 2 short form runs before Nekograd in January, February. More than enough babies, and even then you have growth fast. There's a lot of options, I mean, in Rimworld. I'm not denying that. But I think that'd be one of those things that I would do if I was playing by myself and not streaming Rimworld. You have to remember, a lot of my Rimworld playtime nowadays is strictly on stream. I very seldom play a Rimworld off stream, primarily because I have, like, a lot of other games I want to play, but I do still need my weekly dose of Rimworld to feel like I'm normal. Right. It's also kind of funny because, let me think. Oh, right, I forgot to mention, but I'm not streaming tomorrow. Because I had a temporary change in schedule, I think, for just this week for my archery thing. And I think tomorrow I'm receiving my Yumi, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And if we do, I'm going to be there longer than normal because it's going to take some time to, you know, get it all set up with getting a grip and getting the string set up, because then I have to thicken the string and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see it when I have it, and I think I'll post a photo of it once I actually have it in my hand, because it's like a 12 kilogram draw. I don't remember how tall it is, but it's tall enough for me, and I'm excited to finally have it. I'm very excited to finally have it. Let's see, soda, but usually, if people say they're gassy, it's usually because of soda. It's soda 99% of the time. Because there's a lot of people... who drinks soda or bubbly beverages like carbonated water. If you're one of those people that like LaCroix and stuff like that, I can't stand LaCroix. LaCroix tastes like someone pretending like this is what the drink should, like what it should taste like. It's more like you're smelling the beverage rather than tasting the beverage. And that's my biggest issue with LaCroix. I get it though, that's the whole point, because they don't want to really have artificial sweeteners or sugars. It's basically just a small amount of the juice that you can kind of smell it and just have the bubbly feel without actually drinking like a bad for you soda. So I understand. Okay, so Ray's barely gonna beat that flu. Infidave, you gotta be tended to now. Okay, so Garm's gonna tend to you. Garm has a major infection on the leg. We probably will have to amputate Garm's leg. Yeah, I'm thinking we amputate Garm. Yeah. All right. Let's go amputate Garm's leg. I'm sorry, Garm. I don't want to do this, but I don't have a choice. If we don't do this, you die. No, Garm, as in Garmer, our local Air Force burb who likes cosplay and, what was the other thing? Kigurumis. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna survive this infection. I think we have to just amputate it. Yeah, I think we just amputate it. What do you mean again? You're not missing any other legs. But yeah, there's no way that's gonna survive. Yeah, we gotta just amputate it now. Alright. Well, if we give you Garden Tea... Garden Tea... doesn't really do anything. Okay, so maybe not that one. Okay. It's okay, we'll give you a replacement. This is the left leg. Okay, so let's remove the left leg. Because there's no way that's gonna succeed. Yeah, with a 34% tend, like, your chance of survival with that is just incredibly low. It's not worth it. Alright, Z-Opposer's doing it. Alright, your leg's been removed, but that's okay. What we'll do is we will give you a peg leg. Alright, you will still have a leg. It's just not gonna be the leg that you want. But you will have a leg again. Okay. What was I talking about before this? Okay, the first start of the private I was trying to saying people with cards good with packs in the games for just especially in Duel Links. Yeah, Duel Links I kind of stopped playing too, just because again, Yu-Gi-Oh is just too hard for me to keep up with, and I just didn't want to bother anymore. I'm sorry, Gar, I'm not trying to amputate you, I promise, but you have your leg back, kind of. It's just wooden. Oh, jeez. I'm pretty sure Airman Joker will die. I don't think he survives this, unless we can tend really well on the next tend. Check, so let's just get Ray... No, let's get Ronnie here now. Okay, this might be enough to survive. Maybe. Okay, so have you quickly tend. Where are you going to get that medicine? Oh, jeez. Oh, we're out of... Okay, I see. We ran out of bandage kits again. Yeah. Nope. Alright, Airman couldn't survive. That sucks, because that was one of our better fighters, unfortunately. Yikes. Okay, let's get that. Strip that back out of there. We're not gonna make Garma Nugget. That's just mean. Listen, if we find an Architect replacement and we can buy one, I would not mind getting you a replacement part. But right now it's winter, so we're kind of stuck here. And there's no nearby traders or anyone we can interact with right now, so we have to just kind of chill. The local trading caravans are a little far away, and we're under attack again because we're thinking a little too fast. Oh god, they're all archers too. Yeah, well, I don't think that's not the nugget we're thinking of here. Oh, you know what? Here's Sun. Sun, it's time for you to learn how to fight. We're gonna give you an Arbalist. Alright, let's get you, and you. Okay, we gotta draft all these folks here. Get you that Arbalist real fast. Perfect. What was I talking about before all this nonsense? So, alright, so Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, I, as much as I like Yu-Gi-Oh! The game is just way too much for me, and I am not nearly good enough. I think there was a point where Ray was really into Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, but that's, that time is long gone. We're just gonna ambush them as they approach the corner. Yeah, so as they approach the corner and they just immediately get slapped. They're not very smart. Oh my gosh, this is so funny to look at. Look at this little child wielding such a giant weapon. That's the nice thing with Arbalest. You don't really have to, with crossbows. As long as they can aim and point, or point and shoot, they're good to go. Oh yeah. This is so stupid. Oh, actually, hold on. You're dying of a flu too, right? Maybe we should have you run back. Yeah, you'll be fine. Alright, intercept. Don't allow him to interact. No, he's beating up the child. Alright, intercept that. And we'll have these two intercept this one real quick. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's get back before they die. There we go. Okay, what was I saying? But yeah. Have I ever mentioned, like, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes? I'm actually looking at the Dogmatic cards. They actually look pretty nice. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype is the Shiranui archetype because it's a synchro chain build. And it's actually pretty fun. Too bad, like, the main issue with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that, unlike a lot of other card games, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has extreme power creep. Like, back in the day when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was, you know, being played, aside from Magic, from Duelist Kingdom Arc and all that, it was very much like I summon one thing, I play a spell and maybe set a few traps, and then pass to the next person. Rinse and repeat. Right? But modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, I'm going to summon this monster that summons 2 more monsters, and then I'm going to synchro them into another monster. When that gets synchro summoned, I get to special summon one of the materials that I used for the synchro summon back onto the field. I will now link summon them into another monster, and then when that monster's link summoned, I can summon 3 more monsters out of my deck that I can then use to, you know, exceed summon, and then I'm going to exceed summon, and then I'm going to attach an exceed material to summon another monster that then I can use for a synchro summon, and then now I have summoned my unstoppable floodgate 4000 attack 0 or null defense link monster boss monster that can't be beaten. It's so stupid. I actually just don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's too much and it's too fast. Yu-Gi-Oh! Games are more fun when there's a lot. I find Yu-Gi-Oh! More enjoyable when there's a lot more incremental advantages that you develop over the course of a game versus a game where the whole point is to try to stop your opponent from even being allowed to play the game. Like, I think a game has significant issues when oftentimes, if your opponent has set up such an established board state, the only correct thing to do is just, you know, concede before you even had a turn. And that's the thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite often. And that's why I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's dumb. Also, yeah, all of our dinosaurs are going to starve to death, so I can't really do much about that. Let's go research something else. What do we want to research? Should we start moving to the industrial era and research electricity? Or should we continue researching more medieval era technology so we can kind of embrace our medieval lifestyle? Maybe let's get artisanal furniture real quick. Or alchemy. Actually, alchemy sounds kind of neat. Yeah, let's do alchemy so we can make draughts. I believe that's what how they're pronounced. So, anyways, yeah, that's kind of like I said, the biggest issue I have with a lot of those games is just not fun anymore for me, and that's just how it is. Like I said, I do recommend playing a card game if you want. The League of Legends card game came out recently, and I played it. It was actually a lot of fun, and I'm trying to get my hands on boxes of that game. Well, not boxes, but like there's a 4-player set, but I can't get my hands on it because that stupid thing is just sold out all the time. Okay, so Infidave survives the flu. Skypion survives the flu. Garm survived, whatever that is. Ray is probably gonna die. Again. But the thing is, Ray doesn't actually die. Ray is actually immune to death. Ray will just, come back at some point. Let's just tend real quick here. So it's not Runeterra. No, they call it Riftbound. And it's a little different. Basically, the whole core of the game is you're fighting over 3 lanes, essentially, like 3 contested points. And actually, Ray might survive. 122% with Preach Health. Ray should survive that flu. Also, these guys are dying. It's severe malnutrition. Do I just harvest an organ? I don't have enough bandage kits. Because Ray's the one that's usually making the bandage kits, and we can't make them right now because she's too busy making Parkos. Yikes. But yeah, it's a new card game. You basically fight over 3 lanes. It's pretty neat. We're getting attacked by the Treaty of Camel Cry. Yeah, it's kind of like a standard MOBA in a sense like that. It's first 20 points. You get 1 point for taking over a lane. You get another point for holding that point at the beginning of your turn. So it's interesting. The more interesting mechanic is that there's actually a multiplayer variant, so you can have like a 2v2 or like a, you know, stuff like that. It's neat. I like it. And we actually do live in a time where there's a lot of card games that just kind of appeal to whoever wants them. For example, I know there is there's like the Star Wars card game that's out nowadays. I know a bunch of people who are really into that game. And then there's the Digimon and Gundam card game. In fact, I know they're opening a Gundam store near me, and I've been thinking that I'm gonna go visit it out of curiosity. Now, I haven't built a Gunpla in forever. As I look at my shelf where I have a Gunpla that's been sitting there unfinished for the last 2 years. I'm gonna finish it eventually, but I have to finish this Lego set first. I have just a bajillion projects that I apparently leave unfinished. I am just really bad at finishing projects. I have not played the Digimon card game. Like, the thing is, I don't know much about Digimon. Basically, you can group millennials into basically 2 categories. 3 categories, really. The ones that were into Pokemon, the ones that were into Digimon, and then the ones whose parents wouldn't allow them to be into either of them because they used the word evolution and the puritanical panic that came with that using that terminology. Right? So those are essentially the 3 categories of millennials, and I fell into the category of being into Pokemon. Right? That was the thing that I got into. I never got into Digimon. You got into both? Well, but you're not a millennial. See? Big difference there. Big difference. Is my mic making noise? Oh shoot, hold on. Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. Hello? Is this working? Is the noise gone? I think the noise is gone. Perfect. Okay, so the noise is gone, which is great. I think I may need to buy a new XLR mic cable, and it is coming in the near future. I think I ordered it already. It should come in like, I think this week on Thursday. Also, I know I mentioned this. The only reason I bought a new XLR cable was because I had to buy replacement fans for my GPU. And the fan just started working normally again. It was really weird because basically over the weekend, my GPU fan was making a strange like grinding noise. And it was really odd. I had no idea what was going on. So I basically pushed my GPU by running graphically intense games like City Skylines 2, and then the noise went away. Then it came back. Then I did it again, and I played Battlefield for like 2 hours. And then the noise just completely disappeared, and it has not come back yet. So I have no idea what's going on with my GPU's fan bearings, if it's even working. But I'm going to hold on to those fans in case I have to replace them. Because I was looking up how to replace the fans on my GPU. It's actually not that terribly difficult. It's like maybe 12 screws you got to do. Yeah, the fan is still running. Yeah, no, I've been double checking. It's still operating fine. The temperatures are within normal parameters, so it's not a big deal. Also, we gotta ambush them at the corner again. Ray, are you gonna die? No, you'll live. Okay, so you are ready to fight. You are ready to fight. You are ready. Let's get these fighters. Okay, so we did lose 1 to the flu. Only that, but yeah, that was an XLR cable, and then the fans. Digimon, an interesting series. Did you plot in Pokemon? That's what I've heard. People have said that Digimon has a very deep, mature plot, and Pokemon is very much like an adventure of the day type of thing, which is, I think, correct. I think... What is happening here? Oh, Steve is riding this thing. Okay. We need to start forging armor for our guys. I don't know what's happening here. What is going on? I think... I think he's turned into a Beyblade. Yeah, I think he's turned into a Beyblade. It's a little ominous. Okay, let's undraft. Oh my gosh. You know, maybe Giddy Up might be a little broken. Yeah. PDF might be a little busted here. Okay, let's undraft these guys. They should be fine. Yeah, so it's not so much. It's So I have an EVGA 3080 FTW3. You can remove the shroud and then just replace the fans. It takes like 10 minutes based on the videos that I watch. That's not too bad. I call you 007. 0 finished animation, 0 completed comics, 7-month-old whip sitting in my hard drive. That's me when I look at my video projects that I never finished. I had a bunch of scripts written out, but I never got around to like finding the B-roll footage necessary and like editing it all together because I got lazy. One of these days I need to do that. Let's see, it's been to that. Wait, what new Digimon game? Is there a new Digimon game? What is it called? Let's see. Digimon Storytime Stranger. Oh my god, this thing is $70. This thing looks like the Fire Emblem Tokyo game that came out like a decade ago. Which is really I don't know if that's a good or bad thing to say. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, but like I said, I never really got into Digimon. It's not really a franchise that like ever particularly appealed to me, so I don't really know what's going on in that game that much. Also, we should probably build some stuff. Let's try to make these rooms a little more enticing for these individuals, because I think it's time to maybe make them a little happier. They're at least happy kind of with their bedrooms. Son, you're depressive, which is a big issue because it means you have a permanent negative 12 mood penalty. It's a little unfortunate. I can't really do anything about that. Also, as a child, maybe... Actually, you don't need a toy box. You're a child, right? So maybe a baby... Wait, this, I don't know, this wooden baby decoration is fine. And then... Let's see what other furniture we can get. Do we have any other nice furniture, or is that it? I guess that's about it. Let's also get some research boards here, so up to 2 can be linked to one chalkboard. We'll get 2 of these down, and then some note stacks. We can probably put it like here, be there, just to give it some nice aesthetics like that, and it should be okay. Digimon has cards. I do know that Digimon has cards, but I just have no idea where we can find those stupid things, and that's why I never bothered. I had a friend that was like really into it, but I lost contact with that individual. All right, you want to... Hello, Ronnie. All right, well, you lost your beard, and now you have these beautiful golden locks. That's not you. Here you are. Yeah, now you have a nice, like, little ponytail there, too. How are you, Ronnie? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Are you playing Minecraft at all or not yet? Or I assume you might be a little busy. Okay, I do need to use a restroom, but I want to at least get some construction projects going while I go do that. So I'm trying to figure out what we want to do next. We do need to get some armor forged at some point. Especially for like our melee beaters like Zeo, Poser, and Steve are gonna need some... We'll probably just need to give them some... Oh, heavy plate armor. Ooh. Yeah, let's give them some heavy... Oh, geez, hold on. What was that movement speed penalty? Minus 1.2? Alright, just kidding. You don't need that much plate armor. Let's get this one instead. Thank you, Lord Dread, for the follow. Welcome aboard, comrade. Let's get 2 plate armors going. Kind of weird that you can make it out of wood. Why are you allowed to make plate armor out of wood? Huh. Alright, let's do... Ooh, leather armor is also kind of tempting too. Alright, let's just do some heavy plate armor with halberds. That should be fine. And then we'll get a separate set for Skype on here. Alright, let me use the restroom real quick. I think that's probably a good amount of work projects that we can get going. Actually, hold on. Let's see, production. We should also probably get a milling stone in case we want to do some bread. Is probably correct here. Yeah. Playing Minecraft should make your PC hot. That's the whole point. It's a test to see if your PC can handle agony. All right, it's basically we're testing to see if your computer can handle the agony of playing Minecraft. Oh, you know, also forgot. We can now start to distribute heat throughout the colony, which is exactly what we're gonna do. We may be medieval, but we've learned how steam works because we're apparently pretty smart at things. So we're gonna start steaming up a lot of the facilities to at least keep ourselves alive. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll just put a door maybe here-ish. Yeah. And in here, we will start to dump in some log boilers. And then we'll need to do another storage of a large quantity of logs, like that. And that'll be great. Okay. So, Arani, you are a shelter child who grew up to be a rodent rancher. You have -4 in shooting, but really good in animal skills. You're also a slow learner. That's actually what's killing your growth in your skills. Look at that. -74% learning factor is really bad. Okay. I'm gonna let this game run. I'm gonna be right back. And then we can keep talking about this. Also, Zerius, to answer your question, Magic the Gathering, the most recent set was literally the Avatar: The Last Airbender, which again is my complaint about Magic the Gathering selling out to different IPs rather than capitalizing on their own IP. on a much less silly note, as they don't have any exciting plans for the upcoming holidays, because Christmas is coming on, winter holidays are coming up depending on what you celebrate, but I think it's gonna be a fun time to finally be able to have a nice long holiday, because I get essentially an entire, almost, I think I'm taking like 2 weeks, I think, maybe a week and a half, something along those lines, and I'm excited to finally be able to go back to Canada again, because I haven't been to Canada in like 2 months now, I think, and like and it's been a month. So by the time I go back up at the end of the month, it's going to be almost 2 months. And Ray is about to murder me if I miss that, so I have to make sure I stay healthy for that, or else I'm gonna die. Also, we're out of medicine again. Geez, we keep running out of medicine. I need more of these medicine kits, bandage kits. Like this is, I want at least do this until we have at least 40. Yeah, I know it's crazy, right? It's the main thing is that we were trying to save money, because things are expensive, and I'm spending essentially an entire week in Canada. So for context about my streaming schedule for December, I am not streaming the entire time from essentially I think 24th all the way until I think the 5th of January is when I come back. So it's almost 2 weeks. Like, it's like a week and a half of me just being gone, because there's a lot of other things happening, and holidays, and it's good to disconnect. You know, it's kind of funny, I've never really realized like how much people, it's only one Monday I'm not streaming on. Are you actually going to be raiding over the holidays? I'm so sorry. If you're raiding over the holidays, SPO, I pray for your soul's sanity. Please don't die on us. You'll have Christmas and even Christmas Day off. At least you're getting some holidays off, right? At least they're giving you that much. On customization over time for class. All right, Arani, have fun. Good luck with class. Don't die too much. Don't suffer. Oh, we got more wood too. Also, hello, Normor. How are you? We are joking that we are going to get a Christmas present of a M2S clear. Is Honeybee Lovely really M2S? I have not done M1S. Or M1 at all. I have not done the Arcadion plot line, because I've been a little lazy. I'm still trying to get through the Dawn Trail MSQ. I'm pretty sure Alana would yell at me saying like I'm a fake Final Fantasy 14 fan, which I mean, I like 14. I've just been playing a little bit of Minecraft recently and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to play all these other games. Aesthetics, as tired parents will say, oh, okay, gotcha. Wait, so you're relieving stress by engaging in a stressful raid activity. Oh, actually, if you're all parents and you're all adults, it means you all have, enough collective social maturity, ideally, that you're not going to go crazy. I have seen so many stories of ecstatics imploding because of I don't know, I guess there's just like in a lot of statics, there's like a lot of interpersonal drama that happens way too often, and it's like, so anyways, I found out this one raid member was, screwing this other raid member because they were e-dating, and then that caused another rift between two people. It's just a nonstop disaster of just people being in like situationships, and like when they break up, the static can't maintain themselves anymore because young people in these statics don't have the social maturity to not let their grudges essentially get in the way of their essentially professional life, their professional 14 rating life. Happens a little far too often than we should admit. Final block to change the entire way you build a factory. Which is the block that you found? Is it create? Is it a create block, I guess? Oh, okay. You're bye, Kahila. Thanks for swinging by. Hope you have a good rest. Oh god, which one of these is gonna be? No, but yes, you're too old to understand why some members e-dating would be an issue. So here's the thing. It's not members e-dating that's the issue, from what I understand in static drama. The actual problem is when they break up. Right? The actual problem is when they break up, because now there's all this emotional tension between the two members who previously they could work really well together as like maybe healer tank or just like whatever roles that they were in, but now, anytime one of them makes a mistake, they're gonna just get all the slights thrown at them, and it's just gonna be a non-stop disaster. And that's kind of why I think people are not terribly fond of that type of thing. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I realize this thing's not storing anything. This thing should store steel, I think. We'll have plasteel in the other one. Yes, we are working on metal items now. We do have access to metal. However, the temperature is really bad, and so we have not had a chance to get any light in any of these rooms. We also don't have that much wood as much as I would like, so we have to figure that out as well. Also, now that it's 2100, let's quickly run a funeral. Oh, we did already. Stone block generators and the fact that they can make the crate stones for free. Really? Stone block generator? Huh. Oh, trust me, I think it's a little odd too that the smelters and the smithies don't. But at this point, I'm not going to question it. And okay, eating is pretty fun. Do you remember one days of guilds before bombed out because of bad breakup? Like I said, that's the thing. I've seen it happen even in my own FC, which I don't think any of them watch me as a streamer, so that's fine. But there was a time when one of our FC members, I don't know, has some kind of like emotional breakdown or something, and they broke up with like someone that was in our FC, and then so the first person ended up leaving and essentially, I don't know, like unfriending everyone that was in the FC, and it was very dramatic. Like, I was kind of surprised at like how much it blew up, but it was happening at a time where I was kind of like in between Final Fantasy 14. Like, there's a lot of times where I'll play 14 a lot, then I'll kind of be in a lull and not play it for like a while. But it does happen. Like, the thing with the internet stuff is that relationships, especially like among guild members, kind of get sometimes a little messy, right? Because it's the internet, right? The running joke is that obviously people on the internet don't have proper social decorum and social skills, but I think sometimes it might actually have some, you know, truth to it. As much as mean as that might be to say, but you see it happen. Also, I'm gonna have let's have Sun clean this up. Look at all that dirt. This entire area is just filthy. It's disgusting. Okay, so once Sun is done doing basic work, I want Sun to clean and then train last. That's gonna be Sun's whole job. Refuel, clean, and then if all those chores are done, then there is training to be done. Exactly. If your parents, right, you're all in a parent static Discord, you're all emotionally mature and aren't going to have petty squabbles over, you know, breakup drama, right? If anything, the only thing you're going to worry about is like, oh, my kid is crying and I have to take care of him. But you're all going to be like, oh, okay, go take care of your kid. We'll wait for you. Crazy how that is. What a little bit of emotional maturity can do. See that no one can see you? Listen. It's true. It's the internet. Anything could happen. Your favorite streamer could be streaming without clothes. It happens, especially if they're a VTuber. It probably has happened at some point in their VTubing career. Not me, though. I'm a very normal person. It's happened at least twice then. Oh, exactly. See, I knew it. At least because when you're all taking care of kids, the kids come first, obviously. And that makes sense. It's very understandable. Listen, it's not something that I know for sure, but it's something that I can imply. I'm streaming sockless, no wonder I'm talking about. I'm actually not wearing socks. I have slippers on though. Yeah, I have these pair of slippers that I got from Uniqlo in Japan, and I've had them, I think now for over a year, and they were so nice because I think they were like 300 yen. They're not in stock anymore, and I really miss them because they were really cheap and you can just keep washing them. They look like this. Hold on. Hold on. They look like this. These are so nice. I was like, I kind of wish I had more of them. I still have my pair, and I just throw it into the wash whenever it gets like too dirty. And yeah, you can just, these are machine washable. It's great. Although I don't think mine ever had this grip texture on the bottom, or if it did, it's long gone. But since these things only stay inside the house anyways, it's not a big deal. You know, just throw them in the wash every couple months and listen, you don't understand. It's so nice because here's the thing. I don't like wearing shoes in the house, okay? people shouldn't wear like their outdoor shoes in the house. You should have a special spot near the door to put your shoes on, put your shoes down, right? But if it's cold, you need to keep your feet warm, just have a pair of indoor slippers. Easy. That's all you gotta do. So just buy some nice ones off of like Amazon or something, you know, something that are like covered, cushion, things like that. It's not a grandfather arc, it's more just a like to be cozy and comfy arc. Also, why do we have all these flop hats? Can I make... Okay, so I can't dismantle gear for leather, right? I think that's a mod that I don't have installed. I think Ray took the other heavy armor, I just realized. Oh no, it's the old one, okay. You need a new pair to recycle this, what do you mean? Oh yeah, it's probably the recycle this mod, but I don't have that one installed. I'm surprised after all those diseases we only lost one person. I thought we were gonna lose way more. Preferring to be an Asian parent. Listen, I'm Asian. I have Asian heritage with Asian parents, and my wife is Asian, so I'm fairly sure that we're going to be teaching our kids Asian standards for living inside of a house, as in take your shoes off and not giving them an iPad until they're like at least in middle school. It's kind of crazy seeing how many parents like just give their kid a tablet. I'll go like I've been to like, you know, sit down family restaurants like, you know, an Olive Garden or something along those lines, and there's always like a kid at a table who their parents don't want to like really keep that, like don't want them to just focus on the meal, so they just hand them an iPad and they're just on that iPad watching Bluey or something for essentially the entire meal. And they're not even having headphones on, it's just on speaker. And I'm just like sitting over here like 3 tables over and I can hear Bluey coming out of that iPad. And I'm like, this needs to not be the norm, please. This shouldn't be a thing. Local Florida man wearing your Lambo Feeties in your backyard pond to take the turtle camping your garage door back to his home. I have no idea what Lambo Feeties are. Could be a lot worse. I mean, that's true. Like, you're not wrong. There's a lot, like, there is... Bluey is probably one of the more tame ones compared to something like, I don't know, Coco Melon. I saw something funny recently. Like, someone was discussing about how they're a teacher, and apparently they have a kid in their class that speaks in a very pronounced accent. The problem is that neither of the parents were of that demographic, right? I think it was Bluey specifically. So like the kid came in and had like a very like strong Australian English accent, and the reason was because that kid watched so much Bluey, and that's how kind of they learned English, that when they speak English they default to this Aussie English when the parents speak very much generic American English, which is, that's so funny to me. It's like, I don't know. I just thought it was so funny when I read that story. I was like, okay, well, ideally, that's not gonna happen to me, because if I have a kid and they start speaking to me in Australian or British English, and I'm gonna be like, I don't speak like that. Where did you learn this? I'm gonna be so confused. If anything, the more realistic option is that the kid's gonna end up speaking or like understanding Japanese, because Ray wants to teach any kid that we have, basically force them to watch Japanese anime from the 80s. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, interesting decision. Also, we're gonna start putting pipes in this facility. Let's start building a nice pipe system here. Does your friend lives in the same city? All his life was how develops a strong southern. I like it because they probably watch something that just like, hey, partner, how goes it? I just realized we have a log boiler, but we don't actually have a place to dump the heat. As in, we don't have. Yeah, we don't actually have a way to heat the house, which is also really funny because I think that requires some kind of heating. Oh, because we don't have electricity. But wait, shouldn't we have a, what do they call those things? Radiators? Oh, central heating. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Central heating. Except we can't because we need electricity to unlock central heat. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we just have a log boiler that doesn't actually do anything of note. Let's just turn those off for now. When you're young, you'd pronounce some words the British way because your favorite YouTuber was British. I mean, like I said, it's the influence from the things that you watch, right? What about it with a Bostonian accent? I don't even know how a Boston accent works. If you want a Boston accent, there's like a VTuber. I think May Maka speaks the Boston accent, like Boston. But I'm not really 100% sure how that operates because I think I speak in a very neutral English, American English accent, which is to say it's very bland. Although it's maybe influenced by just my environment, especially considering how much media, like international, like Japanese media that I consume. But I don't even try speaking like a weeb. Like I knew people in middle school, and in middle school especially, that were like hardcore weebs, and they love, like, it was that era of anime fans that really were just going like the whole ooh, that's so kawaii, instead of saying, oh wow, that's so cute. Like it's that level. Now it's been a long time since I've had to deal with stuff like that, but there was a time when that was the norm, at least in some of the circles that I was in. Talk up D&D session gone wrong. Oh, okay. You need to bring back Arthur. Isn't Arthur still around, the TV show, or is it like dead? Also, I forgot to put a roof back here. Let's oh yeah, let's put that roof back. Thank you very much. Oh, I remember what this was for. Okay, because that was for the whole, when we were dealing with the whole toxic fallout. Let's get rid of that. Perfect. I don't know anything. Like I said, I've been in New York. Also, you don't know why Botanicus was alloying stuff in real life? Well, Norma, there's a lot of resources to learn about alloying metals, although I don't know where you're going to find a crucible or a forge in order to start smelting your favorite metals together. But if you find one, let me know. I would be very curious to find out how that pans out for you. They've got to kill some of these Dryasauruses, which is very sad, but these aren't going to survive. Just seeing some casual recipes on how you can merge some metals together. But yeah, I think my accent's just like incredibly just bland and generic. Could be worse. I could have had a New Yorker accent or a Southern Valley girl accent, or there's an alternate timeline out there where for whatever reason I developed a very strong Filipino accent, and I would just be talking like this the entire time, and it would just be, you know, very strong Tagalog sounding voice. But since I don't talk like this in real life, then it's fine. So that's an alternate cursed timeline, because I know people who grew up in the US and they have very, very strong Filipino accents because their parents spoke a lot of Tagalog with them, and so their whole family just has like the strong, because the accented English. Like, it's interesting kind of just like seeing how language works like that. Also, I was gonna build a castle, so we should probably start working on the form of the castle. And I think what I'm gonna do is we'll probably just use this general area as well as convert that into part of the castle as we replace that with stone. In middle high school, you're exposed to Bavarian, Bohemian, German, so even today a slight German accent pops out of yours so often, especially strange when you understand you normally talk with the Michigan Upper Peninsula. I don't actually know what Michigan Upper Peninsula sounds like, is the funny thing. I've been to Michigan a couple times, but most of my Michigan adventures is basically relegated to I am currently in either what's it called? Like, I'm either in Detroit, or I'm passing through Detroit, or I'm in Ann Arbor, or I'm passing through Ann Arbor. I have gone to Ann Arbor so many times because I need to go get gas at the local Costco there. When I go to Canada, I have a system, and my system is literally go to this specific Costco, get my gas, leave, the end. That's not a joke. That is literally how it works. And I have gotten really good at it. Also, can this woman... Wait, can this... Oh, wait, we can add these arbalists. They can shoot over low walls. I kind of want to see if these can fire over this wall. Let's find out. If that works, I'm going to start building a lot of these things and just start clearing out a lot of this stuff here so we can use the arbalists to kind of gun them down as they approach. Yeah. You can either use the card extinguisher as a crucible and metal pail with a pipe and hair dryer as a backyard forge. Real handy when you need a cast or quick wheel rim for a wheelbarrow. I actually don't know that. I don't really know how forging stuff works in real life. It'd be kind of neat to learn, I think. I don't think Ray would let me have a backyard crucible and a backyard forge. She'd be like, why can't you just pick up like a normal hobby like woodworking? I talk about Ray a lot on this channel, don't I? This is basically her channel too at this point. I think it'd be fun to have Ray on here one day. Though probably not anytime soon. It's one of those eventually it might happen type situations. Yeah. Also, all my heal root got blighted, so I guess we're just never having any heal root for the rest of this run. We'll just perpetually be on the verge of death every 5 seconds. At least every room is mostly tended. Oh, we need a wardrobe here. Let's get a wardrobe in here. Okay, every room is a wardrobe. Nope, just kidding. One of them's missing. Let's get one over here too. Did Ray ever promise a second stream? Is she ever going to stream again? I don't know. She'd probably just play more funny farming simulator games. How about chiseling? Chiseling would be interesting too, but again, I have a 3D printer and a lot of my creative juices are going into designing stuff for my 3D printer. I've designed a deck box, but I'm having a lot of issues with getting it to work correctly. So I have to keep redesigning the stupid thing over and over and over again until I'm happy with it. And then hopefully once I'm happy with it, then I can maybe sell them on Etsy or something. I'll be like, all right, you can have this, what is like $30, and that's about it. Maybe $20 for my first couple attempts. She doesn't have a YouTube channel. She streamed at one point on Twitch, not YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. Also, we're gonna destroy... Well, let's get rid of these flop caps, I believe they're called. Forever. They're all flop hats. Actually, just get rid of all the tainted apparel, actually. Just all tainted apparel. Just get rid of it. I don't want to, like, figure out which ones. That should be fine. Maybe keep the eccentric gear. I'm still running on that married man. Listen, I've talked about this before, but one of the things that I think I'd like to get into one day if I ever have space and money is I would love to get into model trains, unironically. Oh, I have watched a lot of videos on model trains as of late. And it's so interesting learning about like the different gauges that are used and like the companies that make this stuff and like the different train models too. And I'm like, oh. And when I go to Japan, I want to go to like, there's a specific store over there, I think in Shinjuku or Shibuya, that has a store that's dedicated to this type of stuff. But then I look at the prices of some of these things, because I'd be very interested in getting some of the Japanese train model kits. And they're a little pricey, but it'd be nice to get something like, hold on. Like these. Let me pull it up real quick. It'd be nice to get something like... Whoops, wrong link. That's not it. Okay, apparently the copy paste didn't work. Like one of these Kato train kits. Although this is literally just a train, and they are pretty pricey. Like this one is like $200, and it's just for a two-car design. So they are pretty pricey, although I think these might be post-tariff prices. But it'd be kind of neat. I do like these trains quite a bit, especially like the smaller, boxier looking ones, like the like this one here, the Azan Electric 900. Like, I like how this one looks quite a bit. It's quite nice. Also, we're being attacked. As we research too fast, they are coming after us because we learned how to make artisanal furniture. They don't like the fact that we know how to make artisanal furniture. That is a decent chunk of people coming after us. Did Raider finish that other? Okay, so let's get you to put that on. You already have hide leather armor. Okay, let's have you put this on. You survive, and then we're gonna grab you, go. And you. Let's have this deal. You also do Bandai 30mm. I don't know what Bandai 30mm kits look like. Hello, comrade suspicious wizard. How goes it? Oh, right, that glasses thing doesn't work as much anymore. Because that used to be connected to VTS React. But VTS React is kind of dead now, so I have to find a way to, like, automate that again. Oh, the 30... Oh, those are, like, the really short form kits, right? Like, the ones that you can get done in, like, 30 minutes, literally. But how are you, comrade wizard? Yes, Funbound on the chan. Little train town. I would love to. Actually, I mentioned this before, but one of the main reasons I really love a game like City Skylines is that it basically lets me build my own train network without having to commit to having a model train in my house. That's really the main benefit of something like that. Oh, that guy's gonna make it out of here alive, isn't he? Let's go intercept him. Janky day. Were you playing, were you streaming today? I assume if you were probably playing, that Open XCOM. X-Pirates? He didn't just stream a few times, and then Twitch started recommending me a bunch of other X-Pirates streamers, and I'm like, this is such a weird mod to look at. What is the game, Garm? Post it on, what's it called? On suggestions, and I'll take a look. Is it a train-related game? Okay, so we have 1 injury, 2 injuries, fine. It shouldn't be that bad. Okay. Oh, Dungeon Keeper 2, very nice. I don't know if I have that. I have Dungeon Keeper 3, that's right. I know you play a lot more like the retro aesthetic strategy games. Let me know what the train game is going, because I might actually have it. I was like looking through my Humble Bundle, unredeemed Humble Bundles, and there's a bunch of train games in there. I was like, I should probably redeem this. Derail Valley Simulator. Oh boy, what is this? Let's see, what am I looking at here? Drive massive trains and build your career in a vast open railway network. Available in PC and VR. Okay, well, I don't know why this... I don't know why Steam is so laggy for me. That's super odd. Requesting I add Distant Horizons to the server. Okay, I will try to do it tomorrow. Okay, anything that has a dynamic industry train also immediately gets me going. Like I said, the main reason I play a game like City Skylines is because it allows me to essentially have that feeling of a model railway network but also having the city builder aspect to it. I think I find that raw transit games are not really the thing that I'm looking for, but also things that city builders are really the thing that I enjoy. Like, hold on, let me see if I can find a screenshot of like some of the stuff that I was working on in City Skylines a while ago. So I don't think I can find it because I don't know where City Skylines saves the screenshots, because Skylines 2 screenshots. Okay, where is the stupid thing saved at? Like, I don't know who decides that they have to put things in app data. Local low. Roaming. Have to go find Colossal Order City Skylines 2 screenshots. Like, let's see here. I think I have some photos here. Like this. Like, this is why I enjoy City Skylines, because I can do things like this. Like, oh, I can have like my model railroad, but it's really like, oh look, I can design like the elevated train station with like in the city, and you can do stuff like that, things like this. It's just so nice to kind of like do on in my free time. And I think this is why I enjoy like model train kits, because like I can do that, but physically, especially because I have a 3D printer. But honestly, I just like enjoy building cities like this. It may not be a beautiful city, but boy, it's fun. It's fun. I love this one. I think this screenshot's probably like one of my favorites. It's like, it really just exemplifies why City Skylines 2 may have a lot of issues, but making beautiful cities is one of the best things about it, and this is just chef's kiss. Not only hidden in local low app data, but also unlabeled strings of numbers. Oh yeah, no, I know exactly what we're talking about. It's awful. I don't know why these companies just can't use like my documents saved games. Like, I don't know why they have to always go into the stupid app data roaming folder. It's just like, please just put your files in an easy to reach location, for the love of God. Building is nice, but don't follow Josh Liggio's path. I don't know who Josh Liggio is. Josh LGIO. Oh, let's game it out. Why? What happened to him? What do you mean don't follow his path. That's very ominous if you don't give me a little bit more context. He mostly plays simulator and tycoon games, plays them in the most incorrect way possible, breaking mechanics and going beyond an intended boundary. Oh, okay. Well, see, the thing is, I'm not like that. I like playing the game within the developer's expected boundaries rather than breaking the game, because I think that's obviously a better way to test the developer's vision of a title. And it may not be the most exciting way to play a game, but I think it's just more fun to, you know, play it as intended and seeing if the developer's vision kind of, or at least enough, shows through, you know, what they're trying to do. A lot of times, generally it's okay, but then there's also a lot of times where it just kind of goes sideways and doesn't seem very good. Also, did we build that thing yet? Okay, I want to see something. I'm going to have Garm go up to this thing. Also, Garm, we have, like, no shooting skill. Fine, we'll have Sun do it. Let's have Sun go over here real quick. I want Sun to see if we can shoot over. Okay, can I shoot this? Okay, so it cannot shoot over this. That's interesting. So this does need a low castle wall. Got it. So I put a castle wall here. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I need to stop using bucket fill. Bucket fill's gonna get me killed. So if I replace it like that, then it can shoot out. Okay. Let's try that. I'm kind of curious to see how this would pan out. Okay. The Hand card is one of the most valuable things, is most fun things to operate in Derail Valley. How much of Derail Valley have you played? It sounds like you played a decent amount. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, it sounds kind of interesting, although $40 is quite a bit. Although at least they're updating the game somewhat regularly. It's kind of nice at least when game developers maintain their games even after many, many moons. I know, what's it called, has been doing that too. Battle Brothers has been regularly maintained by the developers, and I know they just released like a new patch recently because they're now owned by Hooded Horse. So I'm like, we might actually see more Battle Brothers content in the near future if they're willing to do that. 86 hours, goodness gracious. Why does that ballista look metallic? Because ballistas need some kind of metal to operate. Usually like the different mechanical gears, you know, metal. Enjoying the caveman force? Well, it's okay if you're not joining the caveman force, but the caveman force might come after you. Just keep that in mind. The caveman force has no brakes. Actually, we're making a little too much food. I need to actually slim down how much food we make. I want to make sure we only have like 10, and the rest should be like carnivorous meals if we can afford the carnivorous fine meals. Should be good. You know what game I've been playing a lot recently aside from Minecraft? It's actually City Skylines, because they released a new patch that actually fixed a lot of the bugs. And not only that, I was really impressed because they released a new DLC pack that has a lot of skyscrapers. The whole pack was literally called Skyscrapers. And I was looking through it and I'm like, I recognized some of those buildings in there because I kind of like looking at the design of skyscrapers, especially from like the whole Art Deco period. And I was like, that is literally just the Sears Tower from, hold on so I can find it real fast. Cities, Skylines, Skyscraper, DLC. Skyscraper 2. See if I can find like a screenshot of it. But I was like, that's just literally. I cannot find the list of them, which is a little annoying because I thought I found it earlier. Oh well, that's fine. Now I'm kind of curious because I wanted to show it off because I was like, one was the Sears Tower, the other was the Long Lines building in New York, the one where AT&T kind of like leases a floor out to the CIA or NSA or one of the alphabet agencies to have like their spies, you know, like all their spy equipment just sitting in there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, here. I think this is the one that describes the buildings. Okay, and I lost it again because holy cow, Steam is laggy for some reason on Firefox, and I have no idea why. Okay, here we go. Cities, skylines to dev diary. When in doubt, just look up a dev diary. Also, while we're doing this, we need to design the castle, so let's just quickly slam out castle walls. I think we'll do a 3. So we'll have a 1 tile entranceway. This will have this. We'll try to incorporate the steam vent into like a centralized garden, and then I don't know. We'll just haphazardly design this. Something like this is probably fine. And then we can maybe use some of these like pockets as like palisade wall areas, and then we'll have like a garden in the back here. So let's just slam this out and see what it's gonna look like. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to function. A railroader from the Colorado Railroad sent a heavy freight locomotive into... Wait, how are we able to send a locomotive into space in a game like that? I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. But yeah, I like looking at old like skyscrapers because it's just an interesting feat of American ingenuity. Now, I don't recognize a lot of these, but like I was like, this is just the AT&T tower that they use for like, you know, I think it's in New York. And then I know one of the other ones was, let's see if I can find it. They called it the pinnacle of the Great Tower of Commerce, and I was like, this is just literally the Sears Tower in Chicago, which I thought was kind of neat. There's a bunch of other ones here that I don't recognize all of them. Like I think this is the JP Morgan. This is the JP Morgan building in New York City as well. But then you have like really weird ones because these are all based on real towers. I don't know what this one is from, but it looks like something that would either be in Dubai or East Asia. Because I know especially like Shanghai and just China in general, they always are doing like crazy mega engineering projects, and you end up with gigantic towers that just literally scrape the sky, and it's quite beautiful. Style no sheet. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch LGIO. I was playing with test mod. Oh, okay, got you. Add rockets and stuff, so you just kind of go hard and go up into space. Fair enough. Understandable. Okay, so Z-Opposer's gonna build this out. What I do want to do is I want to add a door here. Probably a nice... I just realized I could have probably done a 2-wide door. We could have this ornate door instead. Maybe we do that. Yeah, let's do the ornate door. I think what I'll do is I will actually make this a 2-tile wide floor. We'll just strip this out here. And that'll look a little better. Perfect. Oh, that'll be peak. That'll be so beautiful to behold. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna like divide this space up, because we will need a throne room somewhere in here. We'll figure that out eventually. Let me check my water. I'm also just double check, make sure Ray's not messaging me something about she needs help or something. Okay. I can tell so many people are playing on Minecraft right now. I can tell who's playing on Minecraft because I have access to the server panel, and it's always just like, who's playing Minecraft right now? And I was like, I looked earlier, I was like, wow, there's like 6 people. That's way more than normal. I accidentally put the thrust power of the Saturn 5 vehicle to... Wait, that's great though. That's amazing. That's how it should be. Embrace the absurdity, I would say, of being able to do that in the game if you can. I think that's half the fun. Oh. There's an insect-infected city nearby. We could loot it. I feel like if we go there, we're gonna die, so I don't really care about looting a insect-infested city. That's fine. I think we're fine. Let's just build this out and we'll see how this goes, but again, we'll probably need to declare one person as the king or queen of this colony. And then they will be the ones to... Oh, actually, we're missing a colony leader because... Oh, Airman was the colony leader, and they died. Also, I just realized Ray's a night owl. We should probably fix her schedule. What is it? She needs 8 hours, right? I think that's probably fine. Night owls in Rimworld are always a little harder to manage. So... what was I gonna say? Oh, that reminds me. I haven't decided what we're doing on Wednesday, so expect a game vote. My guess is that I'll probably put Minecraft on there as an option as well. but we'll also put other games on there. I haven't actually streamed Hoi 4 that much ever since the DLC came out, but maybe people just don't want to see Hoi 4 anymore, which would be kind of interesting to also find out, because, you know, I like the game, but I also understand not everyone wants to watch the funny map painter anymore. It's a bit of a slow title, and it was mostly just a me game that I enjoyed. Also, what are you saying, Normar? Look, GTA 6. GTA 6 is... Didn't that game get delayed again? You know what's really funny? I heard, like, the thing of a massive release like GTA 6 and, like, putting release dates on something like that is people will literally book time off to play that game on release. And... oh, yeah, so what happened is, it was supposed to release in May, and I think they pushed it back 6 more months to November of next year. And that assumes it's not going to have any more delays. Realistically, I think we can see one more. That's 14 man-hunting otters that we now have to deal with. Okay. How do we deal with 14 man-hunting otters? Do we have a way to intercept them? I think we can intercept them here if we're quick enough to open the door, but that's a lot of otters. We'll have Skypion hold the front, and we gotta get you some better gear. And then let's have Sun get on the Erebus. I'm kind of curious how this will operate if we can shoot over it. I believe it's chest height, so people shouldn't be able to walk around it or over it. Get Ray over here as well. Alright, there's the evil otters who have decided that they wish to perish today. Okay, come on. Can they actually jump over this? Oh, they can! Oh, hello, that was not intent. Okay, oopsies, I did not expect that. Alright. Alright, intercept this real fast before the man-hunting otters come after us. Sun, move over here. Garm, you need to run before you get murdered by otters. So we can intercept these things. Alright, let's do what we can. Oh, they're after your blood. They want your blood. Okay. So Ray's here to help. Sun's getting clobbered. Let's see. You've been bit a bunch of times, basically everywhere. Sun's also getting bitten out to death. We should save them. Unfortunately, Garm, you don't have really good melee combat. You have an Arbalist, but unfortunately that takes a while to prep. Alright, let's finish these things off. These things have lost the right to live. At least there's like a few we can still eat, so we'll haul where they need to go. Perfect. That was silly. Okay, then... Ray will tend... Oh, maybe we shouldn't use the nice medicine. Let's put the nice medicine back. Okay. Let's not use the nice medicine. I want to hold on to that. Oh. My back is killing me too. I'd actually love to stream City Skylines too, but one of the biggest issues that I run with streaming it is that my PC cannot handle that, and also streaming in general. The game basically runs at 30 FPS, and that's basically maxing out my GPU and CPU. If I were to stream it, my PC would just explode. And it's a little unfortunate to say that, but I really think I need to invest in a second PC for streaming, but especially with the current PC prices right now, legitimately it might just be a better option just by some kind of like, I don't know, pre-made PC, because it doesn't have to do anything crazy. It just has to have a NVIDIA GPU that I can render OBS through, and a CPU that can handle it, which I think shouldn't be that bad to get my hands on, I think. I know we have a spare in the house that I had built at some point for a certain someone that didn't end up using it, and that has like a 1050 Ti in it, and I might requisition that one so I can just maybe use that for as a second streaming PC, because I am noticing with my current setup that it is starting to struggle depending on how new the game is. And even then with just normal streaming. Now the better option, quite frankly, the smarter option, is to just do a full OS reinstall, but I'm very lazy and I don't want to do that. Also, Garm now has Scaria, Which means we gotta tend to Garm, or else Garm is going to get which is rabies. So let's make sure Garm doesn't get rabies. Okay. So I think you'll be fine with a 66%. You should be able to withhold the rabies. Now the bigger issue is Ray has very bad. Oh, she even has a burn scar too. Garm, listen, I'm not the one doing this to you. The game is doing this to you. The game wants you dead for some reason, okay? In this game, Scaria is treatable. I understand rabies in real life is not treatable. Unless you do it like within, like, what, minutes of the infection of the wound? But here, you'll be fine. You'll be perfectly fine. See, look, your immunity's going up really high. The infection is just, it's completely manageable. You'll be fine, Garm, believe. Also, did I install the skylights mod? I probably didn't install skylights, which is the other annoying part. Let's see. If I had skylights, we could make a greenhouse. Oh, I didn't install skylights. Ooh. I wish I did. Dang it. No, I can't make you immortal. That's, only Ray's allowed that thing, or else she gets mad. She wants a special treatment. If anyone else dies, you die. Let me actually double check how many, okay, hold on. How do I even do this? How did we rank up last time? Advanced to industrial. Need all tech level research, and then pick a cornerstone. How many levels are in here? Also, hello, Dave. How are you? Let me double check this mod real fast. It's called VFE Tribal. Tended to play. Actually, not included again. Why? Was there like some new update that was interesting? Okay, so we will move to industrial, and then after industrial, we have to move to. Let's see. So there's multiple. So what are the tech levels? Let me check real quick. Okay, so there's space. There's spacer. I think is the later one. So we do have to kind of rip through all of these tech levels probably. Some of it that look interesting. What was it about? I think I gotta kill this Parasaurolophus. I can't keep feeding it. The Stegosaurus can live for now, but the smaller ones have to perish, I think. It's not worth maintaining. How much food do we have left? We have a decent amount of vegetables in the larder, so we'll be okay there for now. But we do need to start thinking about killing more animals. Alright, let's go. You, and you. Let Garm rest from Scaria. You'll be fine. Oh, jeez. 70 centigrade. Oh, jeez. How did he survive? Let's kill this real quick. Also, there's like random animals attacking us now too. All right, let's go commit crimes. Kill this one. All right, kill the next one. Oh no, kill this one first. Okay, good. Execute it. Finish it off. All right, kill the next one. All right. We're being attacked by multiple, but that's okay. As long as we can kill them all, we should be fine. Let's get Seapo's over here now, too. Kill this one. Everyone starts smacking. Alright, these halberds are doing a really good job. I still remember, I was gonna try streaming ONI, but for whatever reason, my internet that day just did not want to cooperate with me. And so I just ultimately just had to cancel stream and didn't end up streaming it anymore and never bothered, which was a little sad, but I was like, if the game didn't want to cooperate with me, then I was not going to bother. Or my internet didn't want to cooperate with me and I never played it again. Very sad. Let's build... Let's learn how to make... Don't think we need modern furniture. Waste disposal, wine... Ooh, heraldry. We also have medieval architecture now, so we can actually make gates. Actually, what's what I should have done? Let's not do this grand ornate door. Let's do... Let's see here. Let's do a castle door. Ooh, I could have actually done a 3. Oh, yeah, look at that. Ooh, maybe... Ooh, actually, no, let's do that instead. Let's not get rid of this floor anymore. Let's keep that. I want that 3 tile. absolute girth of a granite castle door. Have a good night, Garm. Rest well. Oh, thanks for swinging by. Hope you get the rest you need. You found a cute Japanese mountain village. There are so many of them. I found one earlier too, and it's just really neat going in there and just being like, oh my god, there's like a cute little village. You could probably do something stupid like the village hidden in the leaves or whatever, like some Naruto weeb nonsense. It's pretty cool to see. It is pretty neat to see. I just realized we also don't have an Alana in this run. Is there any way... So what is the point of this castle wall if they can just run over it, I guess? Because you can just shoot, I guess, here now, right? But you need someone manning it. Okay. Everyone's speedrunning ATM 10 as you're staring at the generator. Listen, just take your time. I'm not even speedrunning through it. Like, some of my friends that are on the server that, you know, aren't watching the stream, they're on the server, but they are very much like hardcore rushing, and they really want to go to the end, so we'll be going to the end on Thursday when we stream, because people have been asking because they want to go because they need to start getting materials from there. So we'll do that on Thursday. We'll live stream it too. We'll probably do it like the second thing, like maybe after during the second hour. Yeah, so Krusty's building gizmos, Ranu's doing farming life. I'm basically being an industrialist. Because again, my goal is to be able to start building a railroad on stream on Thursday. Because that's going to be a fun little adventure. Because I want to start building a railroad all the way to spawn. Wouldn't that be nice to have a grand railroad? Someone who joins the server needs to know where they can go. Oh, take the train. Oh, we're being attacked. A group of Nords people. Oh gosh, there's 8 of them and they have gear. Okay, get you. Let's get these guys over here. Infiday's still fighting off that flu, which might be a little tough. We'll find a way. There's always a way if one's willing to find it. Okay, so I want Garm on the get Garm on the Arabalisk. Get Steve over here. Get Ray over here. Get everyone over here. We can get Sun. Start shooting as well. We're gonna shoot them from afar. I don't know if Garm's got this accuracy for this. Oh shoot, no. Don't hit that. Hit whatever you can get. Okay. Oh, I hope you survived the TGA prep. I don't know how you're gonna manage to do that, but I understand that it's a very important part of your job. I wish you the best of luck, Alana. Oh. But hey, you know what? You do an important job for the industry too, so... I don't know what projects you may be working on specifically, but... Oh shoot, hold on, we're dying here. So we're holding the line. Garm is still shooting. Garm is getting shot at. Are we able to shoot? Oh, we are able to attack at range. Okay, good. Okay, another one down. Keep smacking them down. Steve is getting hurt pretty badly. The fact is these archers and we can't really reach them. Can we reach all the way in the back, that guy? Let's see. Okay, so what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna pull you back, and then we're gonna pull Z Opposer in here. Quickly knock this guy out. Pull everyone else back. Until that one dies. Okay, then we're gonna pull everyone out of hiding. Is your holidays literally just getting ready for the TGA? And you can't do anything else but just prep for the TGA? Alright, Sun can start shooting at range. They're approaching. Okay, not a good shot. Alright, attack this one. Then Ray intercept that one. Okay, not too bad. We may need to summon Infidave. Are you still dying of Scaria? Probably not, right? Good, get out here. Alright, you intercept there. And then Steve, gonna have you intercept this one real quick. Okay, good. Ray's got Ray's down. Alright, everyone attack this one. These two over here. Just get that guy. Oh wait, TGA is this Thursday? I didn't actually know that. Wait, we already looked at the Game Awards nominees, right? I think we did. I think we looked at them on stream and I was like, okay, I know like none of these, and also it's mostly Claire Obscura Expedition 33. They all left. Okay, good, we survived. Yeah, we'll just let these guys try to escape if they can. Crawl out of here. Infidave, you rescue Ray, and then everyone get tended to real fast. And then medical treatment on these 3 people, plus Ray, and Arani should wake up so we can start tending on these folks. Steve is dying. I quickly rescue the poor guy. And then we should be okay. Okay, maybe we should tend to Steve and not Garm. Garm will be okay. Get Garm in bed. Alright, you're fine. You're probably fine. Okay, I think we survived. Fantastic. We maybe almost lost people, but with enough belief, we were gonna survive. Oh yeah, wait, were you here when we were talking about the streamer awards? Because it was quite the discussion. It was quite the discussion. I did see the HoloLive announcement where it was some dude who wasn't HoloLive was on screen. You have to remember, the streamer awards are basically like a circle jerk for, you know, for streamers. That's really what it is. But a studio's released between then and holiday break. So TGA on Thursday, you have to prep for. Then you have 2 weeks essentially before the actual main releases. Yeah, that's not a lot of time. A child is needs help. Do we want to accept this child named the Bear? Probably not. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's now HoloLive. It's great. Okay, Garm is starving to death because none are able to feed him. Let's feed the bird. I think Arani's our main doctor right now since Ray's also injured. So at least they can be tended and they can eat. That's fine. How's our castle going? Oh, this door requires a lot of work. Okay. See, the thing is, I think the Game Award is at least somewhat kind of interesting because the main issue I have, obviously, with these award shows is that it's always a big old popularity contest. And I don't know. It's kind of, yeah. It's a massive marketing play. That's really what it is too. It's also like a lot of times just the big games with huge marketing budgets. And then if they win, they can be like, oh, this game won like 5 different awards at the Game Awards. The DICE Awards, isn't the DICE Awards mostly like industry specific awards too? I'm trying to think examples. I know they have like their own game awards, but they also have things like a character design, music, audio design, and distribution device before. Okay, yeah, I was like, it's mostly industry specific rather than like a popularity contest, which is more public focused, like the Game Awards. I think I remember too, like, didn't last year I was paying attention to, or was it this year, the DICE Awards, and I was like, oh yeah, Astrobot won, which is kind of interesting because I've not played Astrobot myself because I don't have a PS5, but I heard it was like a really good game, surprisingly, as kind of like, because it's supposed to be kind of like that intro game that the console is going to come with to show off the features of the console, even though this thing came out like 5 years after the PS5 came out. But I heard it was like a really good platformer. But like I said, I don't have a PS5. I had an opportunity to buy a PS5, but ultimately I decided I didn't want a PS5 because the only game I would play on it would be Gran Turismo 7, and that's not a good enough reason to buy a PS5. Also, I think Skypion might die. Oh, Skypion will live barely. Yes, I saw the paid tutorial on Switch 2. I was mostly joking about that one, which was really funny. What are the other things that are coming out nowadays? Okay, so DICE Awards would be next year in February. Got it. Okay. Yeah. I remember when I wanted to go into the game industry. When I was a high schooler, I'm like, I'm gonna learn computer science so I can make video games and be part of the game industry. Now I'm like, I am so glad I did not end up in the game industry. I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God I went into finance instead. I think it's nothing wrong with the game industry, but it's one of those things where it's like, I look at all these horror stories and I'm like, it would be cool to be part of the industry that makes all the entertainment that I love and enjoy all the time, but at the same time, it's just like such a huge job security risk. Unless you have like a highly specialized skill set that they can't get rid of you right? Like if you have that one special skill set that no one else has, they can't get rid of you. But that's the secret. You have to have that unique feature. You got the best of both worlds, being in the game industry, but also having intense job security. Is that what you're about to tell us? Must be nice. Oh, you're an auxiliary. You're super expendable. Oh, okay. Grand meditation throne. Did I just put a throne here? Well, this requires gold. I don't have gold. Alright, so why don't we do this? Why don't we do a simple throne for now? I don't have any gold sitting around. And then put it in the back. Actually, no, let's not put it in the back. Let's do like one tile. Let's do like a one tile offset. And then we're going to build the throne room like this. So 9, 2, not... Oh, a little too close. Let's do 3 off. 1, 2, 3. Like this. And then we can have another ornate door right in there. Game studios need in-house web dev to pay them like actual web devs. It's not an actual game dev. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Interesting. We've been running around in an increasingly large circle to generate LODs for distant horizons. Well, as long as you're not making too much world gen, just keep in mind that I only have 30 gigabytes of world space available, mostly because I don't want to pay for more. But if we start approaching like 25, I will consider buying more space, but it's like that's an extra $10 a month. Oh, gotcha. So basically you have to hope that your company will remain solvent for the foreseeable future so you maintain your job. But because it's like a nice cushy remote job too, right? You've never had to go into the office. You just go and deal entirely with people through Zoom meetings or whatever platform you use. Teams, Microsoft Teams. You're force loading 5 chunks. Dude, I'm force loading like 10. I don't care. Force load whatever you want. Have you seen... Okay, my copper factory is like 10 chunks large. It is disgusting. It's really bad. I almost want to boot up Minecraft just so I can show people how bad my creation has been. It's really, really bad. So, actually, wait, I probably could make it vertical. You're not wrong. I haven't thought about that. But anyways, yeah, I do think it's kind of funny, though, that you have a very... I mean, like, again, your job is unique to your position at your company. Mine is... I can't be expended simply because I am, like, the only person who knows how to do my specific function. And I plan on keeping it that way. No one else needs to know how to do what I do. I mean, they kind of want to know what to do what I do, because they always say, like, hey, can you show us how to do this thing? And I'm like, yeah, kinda. But then I'll be like, I won't tell you everything, because I want to hold on to some of that secret arcane knowledge all to myself. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, to be fair, there's not much going on in the realm of finance and accounting. I basically look at Excel spreadsheets all day. Which... you know, is fun up to a point, but you will slowly go insane if you stare at Microsoft Excel all the time, especially when Microsoft Excel is constantly telling you, hey, please use Copilot, please use Copilot, please use Copilot so we can analyze your spreadsheets and tell you what your data is all about. And I'm like, I don't care. Please stop asking me to use Copilot. I don't want to use Copilot. God, I hate the fact that all these companies are shoving down all this stuff down our throats. Make it go away. I hate AI. Oh, anyways, that's enough complaining about that, because I complained about it earlier. We don't need to complain about the non-stop AI shenanigans again. I kind of want to pull up Minecraft, actually. Oh no, it's never going away. We're stuck with it forever, but I can at least refuse to use it. I've had to explain to multiple people in my work that as cool as the idea of AI, you know, making work a little easier for us would be, right now it's too inconsistent. And it is one of those like trust but verify things, but you have to like really verify it, especially when you're dealing with spreadsheets, you know, in the hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Wait, is the run program really AI? I saw something about the run window on Windows being replaced by something else on Windows 11. Like it's like a vibe coded window prompt now for some reason. And I'm like, well, it's a good thing I refuse to move to Windows 11. I'm still on Windows 10, and I am gonna be stuck on this thing basically forever. I am not switching to Windows 11. They would have to pry 10 out of my cold dead hands. I am not touching that OS. I'll sign up for the security updates. They keep going on this thing. Are they introducing the ads in the actual messages that ChatGPT is saying? What do you mean by a lava train for your boiler? Like a train that transports lava? Dude, if you can use trains, use trains. I love using trains. Microsoft phones at 30% of code is now AI generated. Yeah, it's... You know, it's really funny. I've read that... So Microsoft's put, like, so much money into AI and Copilot, and I think they have, like, a huge stake in OpenAI as well. But people have basically decided that Copilot is the worst AI out of all of them because I think they're losing huge amounts of market share right now to Google's Gemini, which is so funny because it seems like no matter what Microsoft does, they somehow seem to fumble it every single time because no one wants to use Copilot. Everyone clowns on it. Hell, no one wants to use Teams, but that's because Teams has a negative connotation of actually being used for work. So now, like, they're basically burning money on trying to keep Copilot alive. When everyone's like, Gemini... Yeah, apparently Gemini is decent, but, you know, decent as an AI LLM can be. Whether or not that's something you want to embrace or not, it's up to you, but I'm like, I don't care, because I'm not going to use either of them. I just will not. What, Gemini? What was not burning money? Gemini or Microsoft? Like, Google or Microsoft? Are you using a Create train or like a Steve's Cart train? Well, they burn money in the sense that they put a huge investment into OpenAI, right? Because I think they put in like what, I'm trying to remember how much it was. It was some ridiculous amount, like almost like $100 billion into OpenAI. They gave Azure server credit, so it's... Oh, okay. Interesting. But they did it for a stake in OpenAI, I think is what it was. Which, that's where the real thing is, because if that value number goes up, then eventually Microsoft can get out of... And, well, you know. They just isn't pouring money into hardware. Oh, yeah, no, it's really bad. I don't disagree that it's really bad, because also the main thing is that electricity prices have been going up a lot, and it's driving me mad. And I hate it. I'm like, please, I just want my electricity to be normal price, please. Wait, Create trains can go through dimensions? That's hilarious. Can you share a screenshot of what your Create train looks like? Because I want to see what it when you're set up. Because eventually, I want to set up a giant network of rails so people don't have to teleport between bases. They can kind of just take a rail from maybe the central area and then maybe maneuver their way over. I think you can automate trains like a passenger train. I think it'd be fun. I'd love to do something like that. Let's go trade with these people. This hardware not quick servers are not long-term assets. Oh no, they're basically like no, so there's supposed to be like 3-year. Normally for server hardware, I think you depreciate over like 3 to 5 years, right? I think the companies are starting to depreciate them over like 5 to 7 years right now. I think to reduce the expenses on their on their income statements, which is so funny to me. Like they know this is burning through so much money because it's garbage, and like the amount of money they're putting into it is crazy, but they're like, oh, we can't show that, so we're going to pretend we're spending less money than normal by depreciating it at a much slower rate, even though realistically they have to sell a lot of this equipment later down the line because if you can get better equipment that's more energy efficient for the same amount of, you know, processing power, you're gonna buy it. Yeah, and also, yeah, they're burning through it because they're pushing them a lot harder too. Do I want any of this? I don't think I care for most of these. bionic leg sitting around, huh? I kind of want to see... Oh, let's hold the boom rat. Wait, is anyone missing a leg? Oh, oh, you know what, Garm? I know you're missing a leg, but I just realized we have a... we have a bionic leg, so we're gonna put that on your left leg real quick. Alright, let's get you a new leg, buddy. You've earned it. You've earned the right to a new leg. We'll even have Ray do it for you. Okay, so let's get Garmin here. Let's get that filled up. Garm is... Oh, right, Garm went to bed. That's right. Okay, so we'll have you rest there, and then we'll have Ray tend here. I want Ray to do the operation, because Ray's got the highest chance of succeeding here. Alright, Ray. Actually, let's also allow the nice medicine. Higher chance of success. Alright, let's try this out. Let's see if Ray can pull it off. The operation. To give Garm a leg. Actually, no. This again. Let's get the nice medicine. There we go. Come on. There should be a high chance. There's light. It's a clean room. It's just a fur bed, though, because we don't have anything else. And... success. Alright, Garm has a new leg. Fantastic. Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of people in Minecraft who just do lawn bases. Because who needs a proper house when you can just make a lawn? It happens far more often than you'd think. How many people are on the server right now? I'm kind of curious. Oh, 4 players are online, okay. I'm trying to find something that I lost on my desk and I can't find it. It's under my... is it under my keyboard? No, okay. Yeah, I see there's 4 people on the server. Anyways. But yeah, it is kind of crazy seeing like where this is going. I just hope we'll see where this goes, but there people are so dedicated to putting money into the perpetual money burning pit that is AI shenanigans, which is a little tragic. It's not just that too, but there's also the whole outsourcing of work to the cheaper countries, but I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole different topic that I am not going to get into, because that's just going to drive people crazy. Oh my goodness. The thing is, like, I think AI can have some use cases, but the way that it is right now and what it's being used for is not, I think, the ethical way of making use of it, right? I think the idea of like using AI to help analyze data, like large data sets, is a pretty useful use case, actually, as someone who deals with data sets regularly in the form of CSVs and Excel spreadsheets. It's actually not a bad idea, but a lot of times these need additional, like, it's not supposed to give you the end-all be-all answer. It's to help you analyze it and give you threads that you can follow up on to get you a final answer that you come up with on your own through your own personal analysis. That's the way I think it should be used for. Use AI to help you read long things because you're dyslexic as hell. So I assume it's like to like help make it easier to read, right? Like maybe not necessarily simplifying it, but maybe like making more difficult terms like simplified, I guess. That's not a bad use case either. But I think the main issue is that people, like, especially in the creative field, everyone's like, well, what if we can just replace artists? What if we can just be like, oh, I don't have to pay this artist anymore. I can just be like, I can just put it into a prompt. I can just put this prompt into whatever the thing is. Minecraft narrator. You want me to be a Minecraft narrator? Give me Minecraft text and I will read it in the most... I'll read it in a voice. Minecraft doesn't even need any narration. Can you imagine if Minecraft actually had a narration? Oh, wait. It does have a narration system, but I mean like... But I mean, the narrator just reads you like the text. It's basically like if you're like vision impaired and you need to listen to something, right? Like read what you're hovering over. But can you imagine, like, if you're playing Minecraft and it's being narrated by akin to something like the Stanley Parable, where there's an omnipotent third-party narrator that's just making fun of you as you play the game? Like that. That would be something else. I think that would be funny. Wasn't there like, oh, it was, Minecraft Story Mode. I don't know why that's the one I was thinking of. I forgot that was a thing, too. Wait. Wait, can you not get Minecraft Story Mode anymore? Is this just gone forever? Oh my god, it really is just gone. That's so funny. Okay, so wait, I don't understand this. So I'm reading this. I was kind of curious about Minecraft Story Mode because I never played it, but I saw clips of it a few times. So it was apparently a game you had to download the episodes through the Telltale servers, or Telltale's game servers, but when they shut down, you can't get the episodes anymore? So it's lost media, technically? Unless you have the physical copy for the consoles? And the same thing with number 2. That's so dumb. It's the issue with episodic games like this. Can you still get The Walking Dead? I think you can still get The Walking Dead if you own it. But beyond that, I don't know. Because I know it was episodic, so you can't really get it on mobile anymore. What a shame. I think it would have been really funny to maybe play the Minecraft Story Mode on stream. Just be like, let's just play this and let's just embrace, like, let's just do a glorified movie. Your distraction work? I don't know if it worked, but you tried to distract me, that's for sure. Does he have anything else that we want to trade? Probably not, right? Also, are we growing our crops now? Thank goodness, look at that. We finally have our trees. We finally have our potatoes and our psychoid and our whatever else we're trying to grow here. And the thing is, I think Immortal was who's our best plants? Yeah, so Infidave's our best crop grower, which means he's gonna be a very, very overworked field hand, like a true peasant, working around the clock to ensure everyone has food in their bellies, and also making sure there's enough trees to ensure wood for days. Which is we rip through all the wood that we have in here. But yeah, not Minecraft Legends. What was the other? There's a lot of these like weird Minecraft games, but because Dungeons is the I think there's Minecraft and there's Dungeons, which is like the Diablo top-down action RPG. Then you have the storyline. What is Legends? Oh, Legends was an RTS? Oh yeah, this is an RTS. Wow, this thing was $40? Oh, it's still available. Oh my god, wait, is this on Steam? Or is this one of those games that's like only available on Xbox Game Pass and the Microsoft Store? Oh no, it's on Steam, wow. I mean, wait, this actually doesn't look that bad. Actually, wow, this... I don't know, this doesn't look like the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, it's technically an RTS action game. That's kind of surprising. Huh. I'm not gonna play it on stream myself, but it's kind of cute, I guess. I'm kind of curious if people are gonna vote for more Minecraft on Tuesday or on Wednesday, because I'm not streaming tomorrow. There was a chance that I could stream tomorrow, but I have to like really rush home and I wouldn't have a lot of time to get ready, and it'd be like from 9 to midnight, and I figured, well, I think we'll just do like we won't stream that long instead. Just let everyone have a day off from me. That's right. You can have a day off from the coolest Professor Gamer VTuber ever. Also, we gotta get this set up. So we have now gonna get Ray her magic powers. Now that we've built a semi-castle, the Empire has come by and they would like to bestow upon us some ancient magics that they've learned. And so we will give them this. We will have them give Ray a Psylink and see what kind of psychic power she gets. We do not know who these strange people from afar are with their funny long metal bows and their strange not quite metal armor. made of the clear metals and the hard metals. It's a sign that you gotta cave and go concert. What do you mean go to a concert? Go to a concert in Minecraft? Oh. Boomsticks, yes, the great boomsticks. You said you were going to a concert, at least in your message. I'm like wondering what that meant. Okay, so what power did Ray get? She got Word of Trust. Okay, reduce resistance to recruitment is not bad. Okay, let's get this room set up. Okay, so assign this to Ray, and then we're going to fill this up. So why don't we get some braziers to get some light in here? Ooh, that's gonna look nice and ominous. Perfect. And then we'll make this Ray's bedroom at some point. We'll have the door. Let's see, so we should have a door from the backside. Maybe a nice granite door like here. And then a nice entrance over here as well. Bathroom. Personal private bathroom like this. Oh, there's a okay, that's what you meant. Okay, yeah, go have fun at your concert. Go watch it. What's the concert for? Oh, okay. What's the concert for? I've been wanting to go to a concert for quite some time. There is a, I have been kind of wanting to go to Miku Expo, which I haven't done in a very long time. I think the last time I went to Miku Expo was like 2013. But it's actually in my area in April, and I'm kind of tempted to go watch it. The main issue is I haven't actually been to a Miku concert in forever, and I'm not actually even familiar with a lot of the current songs in modern Vocaloid fandom, etc. And so that's kind of like the only reason why haven't really done it in quite some time, even though it'd be kind of nice to go see a Hatsune Miku concert, because these things are pricey. Like, I'm looking at it right now just out of curiosity how much a ticket is, and I'm gonna bet it's like $100+ for a ticket that's not in like the worst seats available. Let's take a look real quick. Okay, their website doesn't even want to load anymore, so I can't even get a ticket. That's fine. Danny Brown underscores. Danny Brown underscores. Let me look that up because I don't know. Oh, it's okay. It's literally named Danny Brown. Okay. Danny Brown is... Oh, his song is called Underscores. He's a rapper from Detroit, Michigan. Got it. See, the thing is, like, this is not someone I would have listened to, but hey, if he's someone you want to listen to, go listen to your hip-hop concert. Go! I'm still of the opinion that... Wait. Am I thinking the wrong thing? Okay, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Also, I was gonna take a look and see how much the tickets were for the Hatsune Miku concert. Oh, Underscore is one of the artists. Okay, I'm sorry. Got it. I will say, like, I mentioned this before, but the one concert I really want to attend one day, I want to attend a Girls und Panzer concert. If they ever do another one, and I happen to be in Japan at the same time. That's what I really want to go see. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I know they were going to try doing a concert in Europe at some point. What's really funny, if you don't know this, is that Girls und Panzer, I think the OST in Germany actually has to be censored. If you didn't know this. So the main issue is that Girls und Panzer has a lot of military marches from World War II. And one of those marches is Panzerlied, which, if you don't know, was a significant song in World War II. That and Erica, because they were marches used by the Nazi German army, the Wehrmacht. And so they have to ban those songs from the OST from Girls und Panzer when it's, you know, played in Germany because of that, because Germany's got a lot of rules about not displaying anything of that material, which is understandable. I just thought it was kind of like interesting, like, oh, okay, they just are not allowed to do this. Also, this is really annoying because this is not centered and I'm going to go crazy. Why can't I center this? Who designed this? That it's it's 4 by 4. This one is 4 by 6. Why couldn't they made this like a 5 wide? Hello? Oh my goodness. I can put a heraldic rug. I can use this one at least. It's gonna drive me nuts that I couldn't do like a 1 wide. Can I do like a staggered setup? Maybe a staggered setup would be correct. Ooh, like, I'm serious, like, this should be 5 or 3 wide. Vanilla ornate stuff is even? Is it really? Oh, okay. That's true, yeah. I'm using a 3 wide because I wanted the 3 wide. But the thing is with like these the meditation thrones are 3. Or like they're 1 and 3. Neither of them are 2. I guess in the end it doesn't really matter, but I was just like, But I like my 3 wide. I like using odd numbers. Odd numbers are good. Okay, we gotta make sure we have enough food growing. I never did anything with all the poop, did I? Also, the pawns don't want to haul their own poop out of here, which is also the other issue. I'm an odd number. I am an odd number. I'm an odd person. Just ask Ray. Who's really the odd person? Is it me or is it Ray? Who's truly the odd one out? That's the question that scientists are raring to find out. Also, we should probably get Arani a weapon now. I'm gonna bestow Arani the weapon of... We don't have anything to give Arani. I think we're gonna give Arani let's give Arani an axe. I think an axe for Arani sounds pretty good. Yeah, let's give Arani an axe. We'll make it a steel. We have a lot of steel sitting around anyways, that's fine. But yeah, no, I'm a fairly normal person. I like this third friend who's chained in the basement. Oh, listen, that's not a thing to speculate upon, because I'm not the one chained in the basement. Neither is Ray. Neither of us are chained in the basement anywhere. No, sirree. There's no chaining of people here. We're very much normal individuals who would never do such a criminal act of chaining people against their will. Also, we should probably grow cotton here. There we go. I'm running out of cloth again. There we go. Realistically, what would we even chain in a basement? Nothing I can think of. Science experiments would be chained down there, I guess, but I'm not a science experiment. Also, I've been drinking a lot of water. I do need to use the restroom again real quick. I will be right back. Hopefully nothing bad happens while I disappear. I'm just gonna let the game stand right here so you can all gawk at how beautiful this is. Nice try, but you're not getting any tornadoes because I have banned tornadoes from ever appearing ever again because of some earlier time, a long time ago, when I used to stream Rimworld with unrestricted Twitch toolkit. Let's just say there was a certain someone that liked to buy a lot of tornadoes, and it made the game a little unplayable. In fact, would you like to see a clip of what I'm talking about? Because I actually clipped it on YouTube as a short. Let's see if I can find it, because it's like an eternity ago. Let me show you why we don't run tornadoes ever again, and why it's something I refuse to touch. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was this. Oh no, there's this one. Yeah. God, you know what's horrifying about this? Look at how I looked.
Through about half a year in game time, so it seems like this. So the first two streams were 1 year.
Okay, so the context, this is like why I stopped letting people have tornado access as a thing you can buy in Rimworld. Okay.
The first two were 1 year runs, and now we're at the point where it is half-year runs. So we're at 5502, which is the third year. I'd say we are making pretty good progress. You should be able.
A few moments later.
But I added 3 rooms, and oh my goodness, why would you do that?
The whole thing
all
just
right,
exploded.
Well, we're not closing yet because we have to deal with this tornado that's ripping up our entire colony bit by bit. Oh, look at all those items that we had collected. They are just absolutely destroyed. Huh. It is actually.
Do I sound different in a good way or different in a bad way? Like, do I sound better back then, or do I sound better now? I think that's the better question. I think I've been needing to sit down and like maybe readjust my audio settings quite a bit. Probably will do that like around the new year. I'll try to make my audio stuff sound way better than what it currently sounds like. So we'll see. No, we had a bunch of anti-grain warheads because people would buy anti-grain warheads and other shenanigans like that. Like, you have to remember, like, I looked a lot different aesthetically back then too. Like, if you want an idea, like, look at the other shorts that I have too. Like, these are, I haven't edited shorts in a long time because I'm lazy, but actually, yeah, it was basically like that. I have like some other, let's see, because it was different. Like, that is basically what I was using. It was a Vroid model back in the day, right? And it went through multiple iterations. Like, I think I downloaded this texture off of, like, the clothing texture off of whatever that website was called, Booth, and then that's essentially what I did. Yeah, back when I did Dark Souls and stuff like that. Content creation's hard is all I'm gonna say. But I have upgraded my gear multiple times over. So back then, I can even tell you exactly what gear I was using. So back then, when I was doing that, my audio pipeline was something like microphone into a Focusrite Solo 3rd generation, or might have been 2nd generation, which is one of these things. This was the audio interface that I used, right? And I had an AT2035, which is the microphone I'm still using to this day. And I piped that audio into Adobe Audition, and then I processed my audio through Audition and then pushed that audio to OBS. It introduced like a half-second delay between my model and my actual voice, and I had to account for that, and I had to make some adjustments because of that reason. And it sounded pretty nice, actually. I think that was actually after that. I think back then it was just almost like all raw feed. And then eventually, like, between 2020, I want to say between, like, 2022 and 2023, I did the audition pipeline. And then eventually, a friend who no longer streams gave me their Go XLR. And then I just processed everything through the Go XLR, which got rid of essentially all the audio delay. Which is pretty nice, actually. It's quite nice. So, yeah. It would be nice to get some upgrades at some point. And maybe just I need to sit down and figure out what else I can do to make my voice sound a little better, because I think the way it is now, my voice sounds probably, hopefully, a lot warmer. But I'd really like to get that podcast voice aesthetic. Can you imagine, like, you listen to my stream and it just sounds like a professionally made podcast? The only thing is that I think I need to work on how I enunciate words, because I definitely have, like, a lot of stressing on the S's and C's and stuff like that, like the S's, you know, like the things that would get caught in the filter, like S and P. Stuff like that is actually something you have to think about when you're speaking, actually, into a microphone. Otherwise, it gets, like, really sharp. And I don't know why, but I definitely tend to have a little bit of that thing. You know what I'm talking about? I think some of you might understand what I'm trying to say. But anyways, even if there's no cat ears, it's still me. I don't even have any cat ears on myself right now because I'm still me. That's right. You don't need cat ears to show that I am here and existing. Cat ears are it's all fake anyways. It's all but a ruse to make you think I'm a cat, even though I'm very much a human. You know how you can tell? If you wave catnip at me, I'm not gonna react. See? Easy enough. I won't react to it. That's how you know I'm human. That's how you know I'm human. Also, we should probably get this bed over here. How do I get a royal bed? Wow, I actually have enough resources for this, surprisingly. Let's put a royal bed. There is no good spot for this royal bed that doesn't disrupt the feng shui of the room. I think we'll put it here. And then I think we'll just leave that there for now. We don't really have a lot of other lights, but maybe we can add like a simple brazier to the room to at least keep it warm. And that should be okay. Actually, while Rimworld is playing in the background, I do want to at least show the weird abomination thing that I've been working on in Minecraft, just to see. I'm pretty sure I can boot up both at the same time. If I can't, then I'll just kill Minecraft, because I think it might be a little too intense for my PC to handle, but I'm fairly sure I have enough processing power for both. I guess we'll find out. I want to show you this weird contraption that some people have seen it already because they're playing on the server, but it's quite something. I'm gonna play tomorrow anyways when I get home. What was I putting in here? Oh, corpses, right? Oh shoot, how do I get rid of this? So what are we dealing with? 2 pikemen and a lancer? I think that's easy enough to kill, right? I think all we have to do is just walk over there and just bash their heads in. In fact, I'm pretty sure we can do that right now. Let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's grab everyone with a weapon. Everyone with a weapon. Just get over here. Let's go deal with this real quick. Perfect. Yeah, we don't have any spare weapons for Arani either. Oh, wait, here we go. Let's get Arani that axe. Perfect. Okay. This should be fine. Because all we gotta do is just ambush them. So we'll put you here, we'll put you here, we'll put you here, you here, and what is happening? Is someone having a mental breakdown? Ray's about to have a mental breakdown because she hasn't eaten anything. Are we out of food? No. Alright, so let's just have Infidave over here. I want someone, okay. Then we're going to go here. Oh, it's booting up, that was fast. Let's go here. I can hear my PC screaming in agony. Can you maybe not ride that? Thank you. Okay, so fire, fire, and then once they're fired, all right, neither of them can aim. Got it. Try again. Okay, then we start bashing their heads in. Intercept that one. Fantastic. So now they can't really use their melee weapons or their ranged weapons, so we can just kind of slap them silly, and then we just bash the other one. These two will have them focus fire the big thing. Cool. Look at that. Look how easy it is to get rid of these mechanoids when they apparently get murdered easily by... You know, I think I'm always so scared about fighting mechanoids because I'm so used to how you have to deal with mechanoids in Combat Extended, where you can't just run up there with a simple melee weapon. You have to actually think of how you're going to approach it. Also, that clicking sound is apparently the mod pack loading because it has some obnoxious mechanical sounds that I guess represented loading. Okay, I can see the game is starting to lag a little bit. Okay, what do we need to build next? So this is the temple room. That's, I don't think I'm gonna move the dining hall in here. I think it'd be nice to move the dining hall, but I think realistically we don't. think what we do is we turn this into a giant craft room, a craft station, and then, or storage, and then the crafting will be here in like these two rooms, and then we can maybe move, or we move the crafting here, make this all a big storage, and then I can move the hospital into this room, and we move the research into somewhere in here, probably like a giant laboratory of some sorts. But I think that's what we'll do, and I will probably keep the, let's actually replace all this with stone. Oh, I don't have enough granite. We've actually been ripping through all of our granite supplies. That's funny. Huh. Okay, real quick, I just want to show this off. Oh, it's loading. Oh, never mind. Alright, I'm just gonna load into this real quick so I can show off my abomination. But yeah, it'd be nice to get some audio upgrades, which I think would be really cool eventually. Ooh, we're gonna need more food, aren't we? Thankfully, food isn't too hard to get. The other thing we need to do is we do need to start... We can't rip the mechanoids apart, which is really frustrating because we don't have a machining table either. And again, our research is just super slow, but we will get guns now. I think it'd be nice to maybe give Garm an arquebus. I am probably not pronouncing that correctly, but it's probably a decent firearm for someone. Range 37 with okay accuracy. That isn't really realistic, but it does do damage, and that's all we care about. So at least having a gun like that would be quite nice for our increasing our firepower. Because again, this is how many people? We have 9 people in this colony. Oh, I also want to decorate this this area where all the dead are buried. I want to make sure that they have some place nice to be remembered. Let's give a nice limestone floor in between, like this, just like that, and we can remember them that way. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. That's perfect. Really, the main issue is that if we keep researching too fast, we just keep getting attacked. That's really the main thing that's a little frustrating with this mod. Especially as we have to move through the industrial era. Look at all this technology. Electricity is going to take so much. Just to move to, like, microelectronics and fabrication, which is like spacer technology, it's going to be quite difficult. I'm not even sure if we'll make it all the way to the end before I get bored of this run. Okay, real fast, I just want to show this abomination. So, as you know, we've been playing Minecraft. Would like to show you this abomination. If you play Create, you'll understand. So, one of the things in Create that you can do is you can make, like, iron factories. And so, I have gone through the effort of creating... Oh, jeez, this thing is super laggy. This thing is my... Oh, shoot. Is my factory. Because apparently you actually have to, if you want to actually do stuff with Create, you actually have to think about, like, gears and rotation and speed and stuff like that. So you can... Here, let me stand up somewhere that's, like, high up. Can I jump up here? Holy cow, I can't jump up here. The game lag is actually kind of nuts. For example, you see like a cobblestone generator, which gets processed into gravel, which then gets washed over there, which then turns into flint or iron nuggets, which then gets filtered out, and then 9 nuggets makes 1 iron ingot. This thing makes 1 iron ingot like every 3 minutes. It is awful. Actually, it's actually a little faster than that. I think it's like 3 per minute. It's really slow though. But look at how beautiful this thing is. It's so questionable. So anyways, I just wanted to share this thing. It actually took a lot of effort just to make this thing, but it was fun to try to design it. And I was like, huh, so this is what Create is all about. Making devices like this. I was actually like, oh, this is fun. This is enjoyable. I would like to do more of this. Oh yeah, no, I could have done it. I could have used the cheaper method. I could have used the chain belts, but I was like the gear drive was just more, or the drive shaft was just more fun to slap together. So I was gonna show this off on Thursday, but I was like, I'll just show it off now. Because Thursday we're gonna have to do the end, and we're gonna have to do the start building the rail network. But I wanted to be like, this is all this effort just so I could make iron. Because a lot of the projects that I'm gonna be doing requires a metric ton of iron. Now, the easier solution is just go to the mining dimension. But, I don't have the mining dimension right now, so it's just kind of a bit of a disaster. And eventually I'll do some other stuff too, but hey, it's fully self-sufficient. I don't have to do anything, and it's powered by some number of water wheels that I am not going to bother counting, but you can see all the way there. I will show off the rest of the base on Thursday. Not today, but I just want to point this out. Look at how beautiful. Look at all those gears rotating so that we can have iron. Cobble gets dropped in there, gets crushed by the wheels into gravel. The gravel gets washed by the water fans, and then gets turned into things that we need. Flint gets tossed away because we don't need it. And then the iron nuggets get transformed into proper iron. Now, I could have made this smaller, but I wanted to design this using create specifically, and so I only focused on using create mod functions whenever I could for this, because if I wanted to do this like in the super efficient way, I would just use a normal cobble generator. The industrial progression screams to me that desires iron. It does desire iron, and it needs more iron. So again, this is not efficient, but it works and it's fun. Anyways, I'm gonna get off Minecraft again. I'll be back on after stream anyways. Alright, we're being attacked because we researched guns. There's being attacked by how many people? Okay, so there's 9 people who don't like the fact that we now have guns. You know what? Let's start manufacturing a gun. Who's gonna be the first person to have a gun? Oh, this needs chem fuel. Ooh, we don't have chem fuel's the problem. Oh, we do have chem fuel. Oh, we have enough chem fuel too. Ooh. Let's go over here. Let's just start blasting. All right. Sun gets to go on the Arbalist. Arm stand over here. Zeopos over here. Everyone else over here. You're gonna approach, and then they're just gonna get immediately slapped. Okay, so just pull you back, and then try to just kill them quickly. Don't let the child get murdered, please. Let's go start intercepting them. Ray is getting bashed around. Her foot's been stabbed. Kill that one. Should be enough. Also, how are you doing, Livicry? Are you having a good evening? Yes, industry will never cease. Industry is forever, okay? That's my philosophy. Oh, jeez, yeah, there's a lot. We gotta rush them. Problem is Ray's foot's been stabbed. Okay, they gave up. All right, cool. Let's just undraft everyone. Cool. That was a fight. All right, that guy's got wood. We're gonna have to keep looking through these bodies. You got beer. All right. What do you have? Ambrosia, wood and jade, and I wish some of them had medicine, but unfortunately they don't. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, this, if you enjoy factory games, Minecraft is surprisingly a very good factory game. All I'm saying is, you could play Factorio, you could play Satisfactory, but you could also play Minecraft. That's true. You know what's funny? I know there's that other game that was made by people who made a hyper-modded Minecraft server. Was it Hytale? And their own game was going to be developed by Riot. Like, they were working on it. Then they got picked up by Riot Games to publish it. But I guess for whatever reason, they didn't make enough progress that Riot Games was happy with for whatever reason. And so Riot Games sold it back to the original developers with all the progress and money that Riot had already dumped into the game, which is so funny to me, because now they basically got all that Riot money. Riot probably sold it back to Hytale at a loss, significant loss, I'm sure. And now they get to re-release it under their own title. Now the question is, are they going to beat Minecraft? I don't know. Probably not, but I never played on any Hytale servers because that's not really a thing that I ever did. Whenever I used to play random multiplayer Minecraft is when I literally wanted to play those Hunger Games servers, but Hytale will be interesting to see. Maybe I'll stream Hytale when it comes out if it seems interesting enough to play. I know they're not doing it on Steam either, which is kind of interesting. So, we'll see. I think it might be fun to give it a shot. But yeah, I love factory games. Like, factory games just tickle something in my brain about, like, designing something simple like conveyor belt trees and things like efficiency. And when I used to play certain factory games, I would literally pull out a spreadsheet or a calculator and calculate exact ratios of things that I needed. Like, oh, if I need exactly, you know, 2 iron for 1 gear, and I need 3 gears for, you know, for 1 doohickey, then I would calculate enough production to make sure I had just enough so I didn't overburden my supply lines. Nowadays, I'm just like, I don't care. I am just going to make the max of anything I need, and then if I need more, I will just build more. Like, who cares about the math of it all? Just make more of it. That's really what it is. Alright, we killed the sea lion. Can we haul that real quick? Perfect. Okay, we gotta get that out of there too. That's kind of like the joy of factory games, and I understand the joy of something like Satisfactory, because you're making, well, a very satisfactory factory. Isn't that crazy? It's all in the name of the game. Let's just slap down a few more of these for now. We probably need to kill more of these flop hats. What is Ray dying of? She's not dying of anything. Oh, let's get rid of some of this garbage. It's time to get rid of a lot of the garbage that we're sitting on, because we have a lot of just weird stuff that's just been here. It's time to start purging this. So again, I'm really sorry that I'm not streaming tomorrow, but I'm sure you'll all survive a day without me, right? You'll find some way to entertain yourself in a way that's not going to bring dishonor and shame to the Research Institute, I'm sure. Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We can make this a little prettier. Let's add a fence. I think we can add a nice, simple... These are really interesting ones. Timbered walls. And a stone and wood to make a frame. So to build more resistance damage. 680 HP. Oh, I just realized that these granite castle walls ate 10 per. So, yeah, that's a really expensive wall, and I can't really make a lot of these. Because I would like to replace this with it. But at that price, I don't think I can afford it. Not until we get more. Because I would also like to replace the center dining hall from wood and replace it with stone, because the stone's gonna be, it's a lot riskier to have. But it seems like we're not gonna do that. Also, we're out of wood again. Alright, well, here's our favorite part of the game. It's the part where we have to commit crimes against trees and start demolishing every tree we can find. Okay. I really wish we had more pawns, but everyone kept dying. Everyone kept dying. Send a researcher over for a couple days, or... Let's see, what is the quest specifically? Probably neither of these. Also, I didn't even hear the throwy thing sound. Apply 4 colonists, or we can send someone to go deal with the research request, which would not be a bad idea if we're okay with that. Also, hello, Marksman. Are you alive? I think you died in this run. Right? Are you dead? If you want, you're free to rejoin the queue, unless you were never in this run because you didn't want to be in this run. Okay, I don't think you wanted to be in this run is basically what I'm looking at here. Yeah, that's not right. Also, wow, this bed requires 6,000 units of work. Okay, that's fine. Do we want to tame the thrombos, or do we just want to kill them for food? Also, I don't know why Ray has not eaten food. Okay, why don't we have you eat? There you go. Well, we can try to tame them. Let's see who's the best at it. Okay, so Arani's the best at handling these, and there is a chance to tame it. There is... okay. Let's have Arani try to tame the Thrumbo. Isn't it usually like a 10% chance to tame one of these things? It's very, very low. Although we could ride the Thrumbo into battle. Not sure if we can get it some armor, but it would be kind of funny. Okay. Oh wow, yeah, it's a 1.7% chance to tame a Thrumbo. I assume these things are generally like impossible to tame unless you have like inspired taming, which is like 100% chance. Yeah, look at that, 1.7%. That Thrumbo was not at all interested in us at all. We're too beneath the majesty of these things. I have not seen an Alpha Thrumbo yet. Even ever since that DLC came out, I've never seen an Alpha Thrumbo. I think the next run that we do, even if it's in space, I think we should start with an Alpha Thrumbo. It is gonna be the colony animal that we have to protect with our lives, right? We have to make sure this creature survives everything. Wait, is Alpha Thrumbos require something with Odyssey? I thought it's a random thing that just shows up. Oh, is it a quest thing? Is that how that works? I didn't know that's how that worked. I thought the Alpha Thrumbo was just like a random thing that just like walks in your base like a normal Thrumbo. Oh, I did not know that, really? Oh, okay, well then, Huh. It's an Odyssey world quest? So I have to do other quests to find it. Huh. Is there like quests that lead up to that quest, or do I have to make friends with locals to get that quest to show up on my quest list? Regardless, I did not know that's how that worked. Whoopsies. Also, I'm gonna send my best researcher out on a little bit of an adventure. So I think Zeoposer should be safe to go over there. Oh, you have to actually do additional quests. Okay. Oh, you have to pursue them. Okay, okay, got it. Let's go send a researcher over there. We'll send one Stegosaurus with Zeoposer, and hopefully Zeoposer comes back alive. Going with, no, don't take any of the medicine. Take 2 herbals and I guess a bunch of the meals is fine. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. By searching us, okay. I will keep that in mind. Maybe we can find a Alpha Thrumbo. Maybe that's the new colony goal. Find an Alpha Thrumbo. Yeah, we don't do a lot of quests too often, which is kind of the issue too. Oh, jeez, we're getting attacked. Oh, I just sent one of my best fighters out, and now we're being attacked again. Alright, you might want to get back inside. Okay, let's get everyone with a weapon ready to defend our home. Okay, they're coming in from this side. So let's get ready. Maybe I should move the this thing a little further back. Okay, you stand over there. No, you stand there. Arm's gonna shoot over there. Infidave, we're gonna have you stand. Let's see. Oh, it is out of ammunition. Okay, this thing ran out of ammo. Got it. Steve needs to get over here ASAP. Ooh, this is gonna be a really rough fight. I don't know if we can hold this line. We'll do what we can. Garm's getting beaten. Sun's doing what they can. Steve is coming in for the assist. Well, Zeoposer gets to go off on a magical journey. Oh, actually, the nice... Wait. Oh, because shields are considered armor, so they can get tainted, which is a little annoying. That's fine. We don't really care that much. Just go assassinate them. I think I'd like to get Infidave a shield. Sky Peon. Ooh. Draft on draft. Where's Ray? Okay, once Ray finishes killing this one. Okay. Okay, can you quickly go over here? And then... Okay, so let's... Okay. Let's go quickly tend rescue here. We don't have time. You go back, and then everyone else who's injured goes back. Why are you alive? Because I don't let people die. You think I'm just gonna let you die? No, you're here forever. You have to keep tending to the crop fields. Ah, you may not be in the mines, but you're in the fields instead, like a serf, a peasant. I'll see how fast Zeoposer can get over there. I think everyone should be okay. Pretty sure Sky Peon's not gonna die here. Okay, good. Excellent. No, you're not allowed out. You're here forever. No one's ever allowed to be free. Alright, everyone's here forever. Okay. Let's see here. I want to see what happens once the opposer lands. All right. Congratulations for helping us out. We're going to teach you how to make modern furniture, including wardrobes, roulette tables, punching bags, and ergonomic beds. However, this has angered the local populace because they don't like it when we learn technology. And now they're angry at us and want to kill us, because of course they do. Because why would anything fun ever happen? Now we got to go deal with another raid. We just dealt with one raid, now we have to deal with another. This one, thankfully, is only 3 idiots. And I'm pretty sure that our guests might just go clap them. Oh yeah, they're going for Invadave. They're going. I'm not sure if they're going to reroute themselves, but we do have some other fighters. Let's get Sun out here. Steve's a fighter. So 3 on 3 should be more than enough to fight. I have to get you a shield. You need a shield. Alright, are you ready to 1v3? Now you're in a 3v3. Alright, get Sun over here. And then, I don't know, as soon as they approach us, start blasting. Oh my gosh, he's hitting. He's actually killing you. Oh my goodness. Well, the Sun is a murderous little child who just gored that poor guy right in the chest, and now he's no longer alive. Also, hello, Zulik87 for the follow. Thank you. Welcome aboard, comrade. Okay, well, they gave up. Turns out that our weapons were too strong for them to handle. Not too bad. Let's trade with these guys real quick. Ronnie's got decent trading skill. I want to see what they have, because I don't know what they got. Okay, so I can sell. Okay, hold on. Before I do this real fast, what's the opposer doing? Let's get you back home. I think I forgot to have him move back. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a Ronnie trade with them. Let's see what they have. Okay, so this is a good opportunity to get rid of all the excess leathers we don't need. So let's get rid of this plain leather. Probably keep the downy hide. Get rid of the seal skin. We don't need the. Actually, no. Sell the human leather. Because we don't need human leather. I actually do want to buy their hay. The problem is I don't want anything else that they have. The herbal meds is fine. And then sell the whole stack of human leather. Maybe not the whole stack. Let's sell 500. Probably close enough. So the proto feathers, I'm just trying to maximize how much I get out of them. I'm trying to squeeze them dry. I think that's fine. I don't think I need more stegosaurus, because the stegosauruses are pretty decent pack mules on their own right, so I think we can just let that be. The hay is primarily because we gotta feed these animals that keep dying, and you are dying, so let's get you into a bed. And then we can have a Ronnie tend to everyone real fast. Yeah, that should be fine. I think I'm pretty happy with the progress we made. We expanded the main castle area. We have more. Well, we didn't get any new. I think we got like 2 pawns or 1 pawn this day. And maybe we'll have to do a celebration at some point so we can try to find more victims for our shenanigans. Also, there's like someone who's sitting here who I thought was dead, and he's about to die when he runs into those guests of ours. Or a rare pickle coming over here. Okay. I think there was a second attack wave and I didn't even pay attention. Okay, Infidave will live. Everyone's gonna live. No one's infected. Everyone lives. Alright. Bit of a disaster. Okay, let's have you tend real quick. Rare Pickle's got small bruises and scars. That's fine. Alright, so I think we did pretty good progress. What did we add? We added a boiler room, which we're gonna move over here. We added the castle. We've expanded the graves because we're now down to 15 dead people, mostly from diseases and infections. Very real things to deal with in the medieval era. We have more medicine now, so we're not gonna completely die. The next thing to do is check to see when the next trade caravan appears nearby, and then we have to go over there and try to sell off as much of our garbage as quickly as possible, because the nearest towns are a little far. Maybe not too far. We could probably go visit there and see what they got, but for now I think the caveman Unga Bunga experience at least is getting. We're no longer cavemen. We're much more civilized individuals, and the story will continue when we stream Rimworld next week. because I don't think we're streaming it this week unless people really want Rimworld again. So I need to see who's alive. Who's alive at this hour? Let's raid into... Let's see, who do I want to raid into? Let's raid into... I don't know who I want to raid into. There's like so many people that are like options here. Let's raid into May, I guess. Yeah, May's playing Vintage Story. Alright, comrades, I need to get ready to go to sleep, so say hi to May, who's playing Vintage Story, also known as Fake Minecraft, or Alternative Hardcore Survival Minecraft, whatever you want to call it. Multiple ways to describe the game. I'm gonna probably do some other stuff before I go to bed. I gotta do some laundry for one, and then I'll be back tomorrow. Actually, no, I'm back on Wednesday. We'll do a vote on what you want to see, and then Thursday we will go to the end. Okay? Thanks for swinging by. I will be on Minecraft after this, probably, if I'm not playing League of Legends. One of the two. Listen, I make bad choices. League of Legends is one of them, okay? If my friends want to play League, I will end up playing League after I do my laundry. Good night, everyone, and thanks for joining on the Rimworld experience. I hope you had fun. Goodbye, everyone. Rest well. Say hi to May. Oh, just kidding. We're not raiding May because she's about to end stream. Ha ha ha. Let's go raid, let's go raid Falu instead. Okay. Let's go raid Falu instead. That's probably a little better. Okay. As soon as it lets me press the button. I opened her chat and they're all saying goodnight. And I looked at she had streamed for 8 hours. I'm like, yeah, I think you're probably ending right now. Okay, bye.